Miami. Today is April 3rd, 2019. I'm Christopher Benjamin, Special Magistrate for the City of North Miami. The purpose of this hearing is to determine if a code violation exists at your property or existed by a code enforcement officer of this city, as cited by a code enforcement officer of this city. If the city is not able to prove its case, then I will dismiss the case and you may leave. These proceedings are being recorded, therefore all persons who are speaking should do so one at a time to ensure that all testimony is clearly audible on the recording devices. If English is not your primary language, then please inform me when your case is called, and we have interpreters who will assist you during your proceedings. When your case is called, the property owner, agent for the property owner, and any witness that you may have should come forward to the podium on the left side of the room. When asked, please speak directly into the microphone and say aloud your name, your business address, or your mailing address and your relationship to the property. If you're not the property owner or an attorney representing the property owner, then you will need a power of attorney in order to speak on behalf of the property owner. For new cases, you're going to be asked if for the record, if you are aware of and understand the nature of the violations that are being heard today and whether you understand what is required to resolve those violations. So please answer accordingly. The city will present its case first, and then the property owner will be given an opportunity to testify on their own behalf, to bring forward witnesses to testify, to present evidence and photographs, and to cross-examine the city's witnesses. Following the case presentation, I'm going to issue a finding of fact on the case, and if I find that a violation of the city code exists or existed at your property, then depending on the case type, I'll set an abatement date for the violation to be resolved, or for repeat violations, I'll impose a daily fine amount. For new non-repeat cases, my order will include an abatement date by which you must resolve the violation, and a daily fine amount that I may impose at a later time should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date. If I find sufficient cause to postpone enforcement at this time, then I'll table the case proceeding for another hearing in the near future. If you do not agree with my findings of fact, then the property owner may appeal the administrative order on the case to the circuit court, this being Miami-Dade County, that's the 11th Judicial Circuit. An appeal must be filed within 30 days of the date of the execution of the administrative order that is to be appealed. Now, in accordance with Florida statutes, if a person decides to appeal my decision made today with respect to any matter considered at these proceedings, then the person will need a verbatim record of the proceedings. This record includes the testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based. The cost for obtaining the verbatim record shall be the sole responsibility of the appellant, meaning the person appealing. And it is recommended that the persons who plan to appeal their case should provide their own court reporter at these proceedings for all expedience. Pursuant to the city code, if the city of North Miami prevails in prosecuting a case before this special magistrate, then the city shall be entitled to recover all costs incurred in prosecuting the case. The current cost assessment amount is $100 per case. Once the city records an order that imposes a fine and authorizes a lien, the city will then charge an additional administrative fee in order to record the release of that lien. Now, if you're going to be giving testimony today, please rise and raise your right hands for the oath and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
You're going to be speaking on a case up here. Raise your right hand. Right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say aloud, I do. I do. Please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Face the flag, repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Translators. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the translations which you are about to give in these proceedings will be accurate and correct to the best of your knowledge, skills, and ability? If so,
Say I do.
aloud, I do.
I do.
Thank you, please.
Madam Clerk, announce your additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda, and then call your first case.
Item number 8, CEZPU 2018-00067 was complied. Item 13, CEEXP 2019-00031 is complied. Item 14, CEFAW 2019-00045 was postponed to May. Item 16, CERCV 2018-00270 was postponed to May. Item 27, CERCV 2018-00267 is complied. Item 29, CEDSP 2019-00001 is complied. Item 30, CEGEF 2019-00001 is complied. Item 32, CEMIS 2018-00011 is complied. Item 33, CEMIS 2018-00013 is complied. Item 34, CEMIS 2018-00014 is complied. Item 39, CEJNK 2019-00006 is complied. Item 44, CEGMP 2018-00392 is complied. Item 50, CEEXP 2019-00024 is complied. Item 51, CEGMP 2019-00013 is complied. Item 55, CESOD 2019-00012 is complied. Item 56, CERCV 2019-00018 is complied. Item 59, CEIVY 2018-00406 is complied. Item 61, CEGMP 2019-00012 is complied. Item 69, CEIVY 2019-00022 is complied. Item 71, CEPFY 2019-00047 is complied. Item 74, CEIVY 2019-00003 is complied. Item 75, CEEXP 2018-00263 is postponed to May. Item 80, CEREL 2019-00003 is complied. Item 83, CEODS 2019-00008 is complied. Item 85, CEZPU 2019-00013 is complied. Item 89, CEOSV 2019-00008 is complied. Item 90, CESSP 2018-00302 is complied. Item 93, CEPFY 2019-00046 is complied. Item 108, CEGMP 2019-00017 is complied. Item 111, CEOSV 2019-00009 is complied. Item 115, MHVIO 2018-00260 is complied. Item 116, MHVIO 2018-00349 is complied. Item 117, CEFAW 2018-00346 is complied. Item 123, CEWWC 2019-00010 is complied. Item 126, CEGMP 2019-00027 is complied. Item 127, CEGMP 2019-00028 is complied. Item 128, CEPFY 2018-00638 is complied. And those are all the deletions and amendments to the agenda. The first item is item 35, D&D Company Properties. John Dorville is the officer. The case number is CEZPU 2019-00015, item 35.
Who's here on behalf of this matter?
Good morning, Your Honor. Ben Fernandez, 200 South Biscayne Boulevard, on behalf of the property owner, D&D.
Okay. And what's your relationship to the property?
I am the attorney representing the property owner.
Okay. Counsel, your client's been made aware of the violation. Are there any objections?
Our only objection is that we feel that there is no violation, and we'd like to state
Okay.
our reasons why.
All right. Mr. Dorville,
Good morning. Good morning.
Make your appearance and begin your case.
Absolutely. John Dorville, City North Miami Code Compliance Office. This case obviously is in reference to a zoning issue at, I cited them for CEZPU 2019-0015. The property was initially cited. I'll give you this information here. For that case, actually had another officer had some cases open in reference to this particular property, but my case was, I felt as if my case was the one that encompassed all the issues. The issues is that this property, and I have pictures, is operating outside its mandated, its applied zoning. I have pictures, and I'll show it to the attorney. They have trailers on property that are consistently on property, never moved. They currently, as of yesterday, they had a dumpster on the property. There's pictures I have also from the orderly fashion in which the trailers have blocked off an access road. They're sorting and storing items outside the property as well. And this actually is not a new issue. I have some pictures here from a previous officer that go back as far as 2018.
Thank you.
I've had conversations with the property owner. I actually returned a phone call to the attorney's office, but was not called back. Obviously, the issues are, it's pretty straightforward. They're operating outside their zoning. They're blocking an access road. The obvious thing here is that this particular business has outgrown its actual space, and the pictures will demonstrate that. I also have as well an email from zoning that is in my email system and can be provided to the court, and referencing what their zoning is. I did speak to the property owner. I extended him the information, the individual contact to speak to at zoning, in reference to have a conversation and to be educated as to what their specific zoning is and how they can operate in that manner. But as you can see through the pictures, this particular property is operating quite clearly outside of its zoning.
I'll give council an opportunity to look at the photos while you go.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Inspector Dorville. And thank you for reaching out to me. I was recently retained on this, so I haven't had the opportunity to fully discuss this with Inspector Dorville. He did call me back. I did reach out to him. He did speak with my client. The ownership is not local, and so there's a little bit of a delay there. This morning, I reached out to you only a little while ago and said, is there any possible way to achieve compliance in his view with this matter? And he said that we could possibly talk about it after the hearing, but that now would be inappropriate. Our position, Your Honor, is basically that this is a thrift store that's been in operation for many years in the city of North Miami, and it employs over 150 people, is my understanding. I have the manager here, Ms. Ida Rosario, who will speak, as well as Mr. Eddie Cruz, who is the manager of the truck loading operation. They have both been employed, Eddie Cruz since 1983, and Ms. Ida Rosario since 1994. This is, I was just there before I came in. It is a thriving operation, important, I think, to the community, not just in terms of employment, but also in terms of the service that it provides, the retail clothes and thrift items that it provides. I think they do.
So why does council believe that it is not operating outside of its zoning?
Well, I will say that in looking at Chapter 29, Article 4, the definitions of a retail establishment, my understanding, I think, is that this is zoned for retail use. It's, I believe, C3 under your code. And retail operations have a prohibition and require that everything take place within an enclosed building. However, in the definition of a thrift store, which I will introduce for the record and share with the inspector, reads that a thrift store or resale shop means an establishment wherein secondhand articles are sold, such as clothing, shoes, accessory furniture, and other assorted items, the value of which is only a fraction of the original cost, for which price guides are not available, and which normally have no collectible or antique value, etc. meaning that that prohibition or the requirement that everything take place within an enclosed building is not in that definition. Now, I haven't had an opportunity to explore the permit records for this site, but I do have aerial photographs that I will introduce for the record as well that show that the loading and unloading of merchandise, which is what's taking place here. There's a high volume of loading and unloading because of the amount of business that they're doing. And so I have Google Earth images dating back to 1994 that show this very same operation taking place on the property. So let me provide that. Here are the definitions, and here are the images. The other point I think that was raised is that this is blocking some sort of an access.
Counsel. You can make you can make arguments. You can speak on the record. You can speak on the record. You can make arguments.
Okay.
No, it's your case actually. You represent the city. You can do it from your seat. You can do it from your seat.
So,
Just make your appearance and then.
Shayla Vasquez on behalf of the City Attorney's Office.
You have any?
Yes, Judge. We do have an objection to the photos. I don't know how photographs from 1994 are relevant to the case. 2019.
I
In
think
addition,
I think council just seeking to establish some background information showing that the activity of this particular activity that's in question today has existed for some time at the property. Am I correct, counsel?
that is absolutely correct, Your Honor.
And in terms of, I did not see where these definitions came from. It's just kind of typed up.
Yeah.
I would state that those are also not relevant. We don't know where they come from. We don't know who's defining these definitions. We don't know if it's a summary from counsel himself. But in terms of what counsel stated, when it comes to the loading and unloading of the merchandise, he stated it was an ongoing operation. They can't have all of those, and I'm referring to the photographs that were introduced into evidence. They can't have continuous dumpsters and a continuous operation where those do not leave the property. And correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Dorville, those are always there.
The dumpster is actually new. It's been on the property for about roughly a week or so, but the trailers have been consistently on property since I've been in the zone. And prior, I could probably bring up testimony from other code officers from the area.
So the issue is storing the dumpster. They're storing the
trailers on the property because those trailers, one, are outside their zoning. Two, are actually blocking the access road as well.
Well,
And it's a safety issue.
Counsel, address the issue as to where you obtained the definitions.
the definitions are from Chapter 29, Article 4 of your code, the definition section in the land use regulations. I can pull them up. I apologize for not having the actual number, but I can pull it up right now on my phone and share it with your city attorney.
I can pull it up as well.
Okay. And also, I'd like to say, with respect to the public access, I'd like to submit for the record a copy of the Biscayne Park Estates subdivision plat, which is a matter of public record as well. And it shows that there is no alley that runs through this property, that there is a walkway that takes a turn to the west and surrounds the area in question, but there is no alley that bisects the area where the loading is taking place and where the store is located. Show you, this is the plat, this is the area, and then this is a blow-up of the plat, and you can see that the walkway goes around the property.
Okay.
This is a little confusing, I apologize for not being perfect. This is the Biscayne Park Estates.
Oh. You don't take the pictures?
Can't page you the order page. This
He's
is
on his way.
the
I'll just
blow
ask
up
him to be
of
on.
the area.
Okay.
And this is the walkway, so the loading is taking place on lots 59 and 60 here, and the store is located here, and the walkway goes around it. So this is all our client's property.
And where's this from?
This is the recorded plat of the property from the Miami-Dade County Clerk's Office.
Yeah. Magistrate, I have Derek Cook from zoning. If we can table this for a few minutes, I have Derek Cook on his way to discuss. He's the zoning manager to discuss the issue outside of,
Wait,
to give us more specifics on
you're
the
saying
zoning.
they're outside of their zoning purpose because of the storage of trailers upon the property.
Correct.
So, why don't we address that issue, counsel?
Yes. And also, for the record, introduce our log of the trucks that visit the property since 2016 through the present. And it shows that these containers are moved on a daily basis. I mean, we will concede that they are there during the day, but they are moved. It is a new container each time, bringing new goods to the property. The issue is that the container needs to be unloaded, and they're, you know, individual household goods and clothing items and so forth. It takes time to unload it, get the stuff into the store, and then move it out and get another one in. So what's happening there is that you see loading taking place on a daily basis, but it is a different container that is coming in every time.
City of North Miami Co-Compliance Manager Crystal Cordo, Special Magistrate. This case dates back to, I want to say,
Crystal,
summer.
so you need to be
Summer,
need to be sworn in.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I didn't.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say I do.
I do. This case dates back to, I want to say, maybe summer of last year. Another zone officer, Wayne Clark, was initially dealing with it. It was initiated by one of our council persons that contacted me, referenced not being able to drive through the rear of that area and just all the congestion.
Not being able to drive.
Just behind, there's a Walgreens that abuts the business, and there is some right-of-way and some driving, just some, driving areas back there that it's just not accessible due to the congestion. So
You're saying that the business is so successful that it causes traffic?
basically. So we went out. I personally went out to the property. I was floored at the situation.
Y'all like that thrift store, huh?
Our residents like the thrift store. So from the right-of-way, 6th Avenue, it's not visible necessarily. When you pull, if you're not shopping there, you wouldn't notice it. You go back there, it's insane. So I went back there. I personally spoke with the store manager at that time, who put me in contact with who I believe might be the CEO of the company, who's out of California. I had a conversation with him at that point, and he explained to me that the business had been in existence for several years, 40, 50, 30, something like that. He conceded that they have outgrown the space. Essentially, what's going on is that they have outgrown the facility.
Here's the problem for these proceedings. Whether they've outgrown their space or not is not a matter for me to decide.
Mm-hmm.
The issue for me to decide is whether, as Mr. Dorville has said, they are operating in such a way that they are beyond the scope of their zoning, like their zoning permissions. In this particular instance, Mr. Dorville has directed my attention to the fact that there are trailers on the property that are being stored continuously, and that as such, that storage of these particular trailers is the linchpin of this particular violation. Am I correct in that summation, Mr. Dorville?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Counsel, in argument in contesting this, says that these trailers are storage containers that are moved on a daily basis and thus are not there continuously on the property. That perhaps when Mr. Dorville comes, there's a container on there, but because they have daily activity that involves containers, that is the case. But at some point, I'm assuming that the trailers are moved off the property, I guess, after closing or something. I haven't.
So,
but he provided a log. He provided a log for you. So, I mean.
That is correct. And I will just say that my client is willing to work with the city if the issue is the unsightliness or, the way that the operation is taking place. We're happy to have this conversation with Mr. Cook to come up with, some sort of a
Magistrate, I believe, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I believe we're talking about the crux of the situation is the trailers being on the property. If I move a trailer and replace it with another trailer, isn't that considered continuous?
Well,
If I have a car in a parking space, right, and I replace it with another car, is that space still taken up? So essentially, at the end of the day, if you replace one trailer and put another one, I mean, for whatever time period that is, it's still operating outside your zoning because you have continuous storage on the property. Replacing one without another does not negate the fact that that's continuous.
I would disagree with that.
I will pass on the log.
I would disagree with that because if you have a parking space and you replace it with another parked car, that doesn't mean you're storing the car there in perpetuity. That just means that there's another car taking a parking space. Furthermore, I would say that, I'm sorry, Ms. Crystal, I didn't get your last name.
Cordo, I'm sorry, counsel, just if you wouldn't mind, the magistrate began to speak. I was creating a picture just because I wanted to give some background leading up into where John is today. But just to fast forward to today and his testimony that they're willing to work with the city. It's March, and I personally spoke with the business manager and whoever the owner is out in California, and his contention at that point was, we want to work with the city. I have dated pictures continuously over the months that depict a picture contradictory to that statement, we want to work with the city. There is never a time. The trailers is one thing. The outdoor store, all of the items that are in the trailers, it's an outdoor flea market. They do not have, and my point in stating that they have outgrown the space is that, as John just mentioned, the argument he made is absolutely valid because there is never a time, even after business, everything is still as is. If it's a different trailer with a different tag on it, there's no way for us to know that. The items are still there. There are items outside, bicycles, you cannot park.
So it's not about, so the issue with the trailers is that day or night, there's a trailer in those particular spots.
And items on the exterior of the trailer that are blocking the roadways.
And I think, counsel, that's the rub here. Where is that yes, if you put one trailer in and take one trailer out, you break a chain. But here what they're really saying is that no matter when you come, no matter when you visit the property, there's a trailer there, and you can't have that.
Well, if I could, to your point, Your Honor, and to Ms. Cordro's point, I believe you mentioned that this was instituted by a council member that had a concern over being able to traffic through the property, and
yeah, she's just telling you the nature of the complaint.
Right, but we've introduced to the record the fact that that is not an alley, that is our client's property. There is no access through the area between the trailer and the store. I don't mean to be argumentative, but I'll say that I've just gotten involved in this case. I know Mr. Cook very well, and I'm happy to reach out to him. You may have contacted the ownership, which is in California, when they said that they would be willing to work with you. I think what they want to say is that they're willing to make improvements to the operation, as may be allowed by your code, but we haven't heard what those are. And in fact, that was my question this morning to you, Mr. Dorville, is how could we make this situation work? Because this is a community, asset. It's obviously popular, and the record will show that although this enforcement action began a few months ago, this has been happening since 1983. So it's never been a problem for the city and for these owners. And obviously, they're providing something that's of benefit.
I don't
How
wanna
can we
cut
not
you off,
come
but
to a mutually agreeable solution?
Yeah, I understand. I'd like to have the zoning manager, Mr. Cook, testify to why they're outside their zoning, which is really the crux of this conversation. Mr. Cook, if you could.
Mr. Cook, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say I do.
I do. Mr. Magistrate. So the property is zoned C3, and within our code, it just doesn't allow outdoor storage at all.
Why not? What? Tell us the language in the code, because what has been proffered thus far by council is that retail businesses cannot store items outside of the building, that it must be self-contained within the building. However, there's an exception for second-hand goods that are being sold. Goods that are being sold second-hand are exempted from this particular requirement. So let's speak to that.
Mr. Cook, if I may.
I'm not aware of that caveat in the code that secondhand goods can be stored outside. It's just universal. You just cannot store items outside in that zone.
Now this is a thrift store, so we can all concede that a thrift store sells secondhand goods. But is the city saying that it may be a thrift store in its use, but as the code sees it, it is retail space, and thus all activity must be taken place inside? Council?
For clarification, when you're talking about activity, are you talking about them doing commerce, the sale and of their goods, or we're talking about storage?
We're talking about the purpose of the business, which is the sale of secondhand goods.
Okay.
They're saying that that purpose is within its zoning, and within that, they are allowed to have these things on the outside of their facility.
Judge, but the sale is separate from the storage of what they're actually, if they're zoned.
They say it's incident to. They're saying that it is incident to it. That is a natural byproduct of what they do. So the question is, are they retail as defined by the code and must be, all activity must be within inside the building, or are they not?
If I may, Your Honor, I would go to the code and see how we define consignment.
You have a definition for consignment, if I may, Your Honor, and you have a separate definition for thrift store. I have both here. I've introduced thrift and retail to council.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with consignment shop. It says means an establishment wherein goods limited to clothing, shoes, and or accessories for adults and or children are sold by the operator of the shop, acting as an agent for the owner of such goods in return for a percentage of profits, or other considerations, such as goods may be comprised of a combination of used goods and new goods, or the use of goods only.
So now you've introduced a third definition to the case. Now the code, what does the code speak to that you've been cited under? Mr. Dorville cited under a particular code. And what is that code speak to?
Your Honor, I believe it's a generic reference to section, violation of section Article 4, ZPU zone prohibited use is the copy that I have
So
of the violation.
Just Article 4?
If I may, Your Honor, in that, dealing with Article 4. Article 4 speaks to, land development regulation, the uses that you are allowed to, permitted within the city.
Right.
So we have a table within the Article 4 that specifies certain uses that can happen in certain zones.
Correct.
So in that vein, in his zone, outside storage is not allowed. Therefore, code enforcement made a reference in their citation.
Is that regardless of the occupational license they hold?
So as I was thinking about this coming over in this short amount, that came to my mind. So what if we have a certificate of use and the certificate of use identifies storage as a component? Then it does take on a different light. I would say.
But, Mr. Cook, if I may ask a question, Your Honor, I looked for storage as a use under your, matrix of permitted uses under C3, and it doesn't appear. So that's what took me to just the definitions of uses. My understanding is that this is a thrift store under your certificate of use. This is what my client tells me. I don't know if you have that record. That it is not maybe a consignment shop as well, but it's first and foremost a thrift store under the CU. And when you read the definition of thrift store in Article 4, it's different than the one in for retail, and it doesn't contain that provision that requires that all activity take place within an enclosed building. And that's the point that I was trying to make earlier. So there does seem to be a purposeful distinction that was made by, the powers that be when they drafted your Article 4, perhaps in recognition of the fact that this thrift store, is an important asset to the community. And again, what we want to do is try to make this work in a manner that's mutually agreeable to the city as well as to our client.
Guys, I know you guys keep saying you guys want to make it work. I just want to conclude the case. So, you're contending, they're saying, listen, you're in violation of Article 4?
Yes, sir.
That's it. That you're in violation of Article 4. Article 4 has certain uses for the land. And storage is not one of them in this area. They're saying, and they're considering that the trailers on the property are storing items inside them and are remaining continuously, meaning that a trailer is always on the property, but storing goods.
That is correct, but storage doesn't appear as a permitted use under any zoning district. So I think it's assumed, it's implicit that storage is a necessary component of any particular, exactly.
So if I may clarify, outside storage is allowed in certain zones. In the industrial area, it is allowed. So this is a commercial area. This is considered the core. Even when it comes to consignment strip malls and things to that effect, we have certain criteria, specifically in thrift stores, that we don't even want a proliferation of that type of use even in that area. We have a separation distance that they need to meet to even be there. So if you're not even if you're within that, then we don't even allow it. So for me to speak to what Mr. Fernandez is talking about, when he's speaking of there was a certain type of implied need for this to be there, really the city says in this holistic impression of these type of uses that we really don't want a proliferation of them, specifically in this area, that we want a separation because we want certain uses in our downtown that brings about traffic and certain type of development that we would like to see. This one, you can see what we have going on here. You have a thrift store, a consignment store, it has outside storage, and that's not something that we really don't want as a prevalent element in our downtown area.
We're not conceding that it's storage. You're calling it storage. It's a loading operation. Trucks move in on a daily basis, and the merchandise gets brought into the store. So it is a a continuous loading operation, but it is a loading operation nonetheless, and it's not taking place in a public right-of-way. It isn't an outdoor storage. There aren't any outdoor sales taking place. It isn't a flea market. I don't think there's any evidence to that. I was there this morning.
At the end of the day, when the sun sets, are all the items inside of the facility?
Yes, they are. What happens is, Your Honor, that there is one room in the back of this building that is where all of the employees sort through the items that get brought in. During the day, they are working, actively doing that. It is a large space and a lot of employees. At night, once the employees leave, all of the items that remain in the container are brought into that space because now there's space for them. And in the morning, the same thing gets repeated.
Okay. I am interested to know what's their certificate of use.
So I can have my clerk see if we can pull that up.
Yeah, so let's pass it till we do that. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's call the next case.
The next case is item 112. Rodney King and wife Stephanie. Edme St. Louis is the officer. The case number is CEE XP 2019-00029, item 112.
What number again? That's too much talking.
Counselor 112.
You should keep them with you until you come back.
Well. Who's here on behalf of this property?
I'm sorry. Sir?
Go ahead and make your appearance for the records.
Okay, I'm Rodney King. I'm the owner of this property.
Okay.
And,
Mr. King, you've been made aware of the violation, correct?
yes, I'm made aware of it. I was out of town when this arrived, but anyway, I'm aware of it now, and I've corrected the violations as they're itemized here. And I would like to have a little extension of time so the officer could come back and look at it again. And I would like to make the point that the building, I was the builder. I'm a retired contractor, and I built this building for myself. And the building is not painted. It has a product called Marblecrete on the outside, which is a product of colored plaster, so you never have to paint a building. It's a really nice product. And when I built it, it cost me over $2,000 extra to do this instead of just stuccoing the duplex. And it's really nice because it means you never paint it. There's no peeling paint. It's never an issue. But it does get dirty and fade a bit, and then you have to pressure clean it and renew it. So I have done all that, and I would like a time extension to have the officer come back and take a look. Or I have photographs here of it now if you'd like.
If you
to
have
see
photographs of it now, then we
Sure.
can take care of it now.
those. Yeah, okay. There's the front. The side, which looked bad, is now looking good. Yeah, okay, yeah, so there's no problem now.
Does it go ahead and make your appearance for the record?
City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer, St. Louis. This property, which is 13950 Northeast 13th Avenue. To my own discretion, I feel like it could have been done a bit better because the abutting properties, I cited them for the same thing too, and both property owners went ahead and painted and even put different coating on the property as well.
You have photographs from when you cited?
Yes.
All right. You have photographs from where they stand now?
Yes.
All right. Please present photographs.
I have photographs from when I initially cited him.
Uh-huh. And he has
Also-
photographs from now. So
Yes, and I also have the same photographs he has from the 27th when I made my final reinspection.
And it was done, was it done at that time on the
I
27th?
can't remember. Was that when it certainly looks different, right?
Yes, it looks way different from when I
they're the same
initially
as your
cited them.
photos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Present the photos.
Because basically, let me make a point. The other people I spoke to them, they're intimidated by the violation. They painted it. I don't want to paint it. I am in the process of trying to sell the building. It's a sales attribute to tell people, look, you never have to paint this building. It has. I spent the extra money to put this Marble Creek coating. I have the printout from the company that makes it, and it will never look quite as good as paint. But it doesn't peel, it doesn't flake, it's a different product.
But does it fade?
It's white, so it doesn't
okay.
really fade. It's a white building.
So as long as you pressure clean it, it's okay.
It's not as good looking as a nice brand new paint job, but a brand new paint job only looks good for the first year. Then it looks about the same as my building does. So.
Okay.
I mean, there's certainly nothing peeling, and there's nothing, no raw stucco exposed or anything like that.
Yeah, but there is serious fading.
Well, it's not quite white. It's a little gray in places.
It leaves the building spotchy. I mean,
sorry.
some areas of the building are brighter than the other areas of the building. I mean, and that is the city's contention, is that the building in its appearance should have uniformity, and it doesn't, but based on these photos. So you're gonna have to do something more than what you've done thus far. Even in the finalized pictures that Ms. St. Louis has provided, I can see the discoloration. Yes.
Well, on the front.
Some
edge,
areas are
I see
darker,
what
some
you did
areas are
there.
lighter. That's discoloration.
I can redo the front between the two front windows. This part.
When you paint a building, it's white all around. If you paint it white, it's white all around. It's not dark in some areas and light in other areas. When it's done properly, it's uniform. So as long as you have a uniform looking building, then okay. But if not, you're not yet in compliance.
Where specifically does this not look uniform, other than between these two front windows?
Speak on the mic if you're going to be talking, or you can go back to the.
Okay, can I hand those back? These are the early ones.
You want them back? No, I made my own view of them.
Could you tell me where specifically it doesn't look uniform? There, yeah. I agree. Well, where on the rest of it? Like on here, there's nothing. It doesn't look. The back is complied. In the front, where else does it not look uniform? That's his things hanging down. No, I'm not referring to the. What are you referring to?
All right. So I find out a violation does exist. It's cited. I will give you 30 days. You'll need more than 30 days.
30 days and,
All right.
okay.
I give you 30 days, making it, must
Make
abate
it,
by
make
May
it look
8th.
uniform is the goal here. If I can pressure clean it to make it look uniform, that will work, right?
Yep,
Yep.
May
Okay.
8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Okay.
All right?
All right, thank you.
All right.
The next case is item 122, Teresa Diaz. Edme St. Louis is the officer. The case number is CEEXP 2019-00023, item 122.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
Cindy Diaz on behalf of Teresa Diaz, 1330 Northeast 137th Street, North Miami, Florida, 33161. This is with regard to a violation as to rusted paint of a patio enclosure. Your Honor, we don't dispute the violation.
How much time do you need?
I'd ask for 60 days.
To paint?
Yes, sir.
Why so long?
It's my mother's property. She's elderly. I'm assisting her as her daughter, so it's just a matter of me coordinating the logistics and seeing that it gets done. I think 30 days should be enough, but in an abundance of caution, I'm just asking for 60.
All right, so you realize on a paint job, if I give you 60 days and you come back and tell me it's not done,
That's not gonna happen.
I'm going to go like,
And you'll be in your right, but that's not going to happen.
all right. All right. Find out the violation does exist is cited. Issue an abatement date of June 12th. Not abated by June 12th, it is $250 per day until abated, and there shall be no continuances.
Thank you,
Magistrate,
sir.
if I may, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer St. Louis, per the violation I mailed out, it states not just the patio cage, but also the walls too, like to the right of the property. It needs painting.
Okay.
Whatever the violation comprises, we'll take care of.
No problem.
Thank you, sir.
The next item is item number 13100 Sunrise Plaza LLC. Gary Beswick is the officer. The case number is MHVIO 2019-00044. Item number 1.
Sunrise Plaza. Who's here?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
My name is Moises Bija, and I own the property in 13100 to 13180 Northwest 7th Avenue. And I come in here to show you that my architect, he make the plans, and then he applied Friday, and and we need it by 3 months, please. And
Okay, so you don't object to the violation, you just want additional time.
well, the violation was a petition only. They're making 3 holes, and they are the tenants. When he do that, I sign him some papers for the permit. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
And all of the song is coming with the no permit, and now we got it. The architect, Isaac Bihar, and he's a general contractor, and he's gonna do everything.
Okay. Any objection to the 90 days?
Yes,
Please.
All right.
because this
Yeah, he talked to the officer very well.
Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami Building Department. Technically, this is something that's actually going back to 2017. October 26, 2017. Basically, a violation was open and closed, and the owner was supposed to take care of the problem before he rented again. But he didn't do that. He went in there and altered it and rented. So, adjudication on 30 days.
All right. All right. Find out the violation does exist is cited. Issue an abatement date of June 12th. Not abated by June 12th, it is $250 per day until abated.
There is one more case on that property, item number 2. Gary Beswick is also the officer, and the case number is MHVIO 2019-00045.
And it is the same. It's
Same
the
thing.
same nature. Yeah.
Yes, same thing.
Yeah. So
Okay.
same outcome. That's why I gave additional time. I
Okay.
figured that's what was happening. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. We are very close with the city, for many years.
All right.
I donate to the
Everybody
city
seems to be very close with the city these days.
so many years ago, and the one I make it the red one with the city, the face, and the only one I do is me.
Okay.
The building was beautiful in there, and I donate to a police department for, the Steve Bauer, the police died in the Peace Lab Bank, and I donate for 12
Go ahead and
years.
call the next case.
I do a lot of things good to the city.
The next case,
I've been together
is item number 3.
Thank you.
John Dorville is the officer. The case number is CEIVY 2018-00460. The customer is 14245 Northeast 8th LLC. Item number 3.
Your Honor, my son is the lawyer. Show him, please. I want you to see who is the lawyer.
Okay. Oh, another Benjamin, huh?
What, item number 3?
All right.
Oh,
Your
John.
name,
Yeah,
my son.
yeah.
He's in California.
The next case is item 15, Arsenio Telsey. Jose Perez is the officer.
All right. Thank you.
Case number
Appreciate you.
CEOSV 2019
I don't.
00007.
Give him back his son's card.
Arsenio Telsey.
He told me,
This podium.
he told me he cannot come today, but
Pila. Pila.
thank you very much.
Take care.
Have a good day, sir. This is item number 15.
Thank you. Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ansenio Telsi. I'm living on 2610 Northeast 2nd Avenue.
All right. You've been made aware of the violation, correct?
Yes. That's it.
Are there any objections to the violation?
Okay.
Are there any objections to the violation?
My truck been parked there.
Guys, I need you to. I'll give you time to say whatever you want to say, so long as you answer my questions first. All right.
Okay.
Is there any objection to the violation?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Which one is this? Mr. Perez. Yes. Go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
I'm sorry, which was the?
Number 15 and Arsenio Telsey, 12610 Northeast 2 Avenue.
Got it. So with this case, we had a history of the vehicle being stored there. At the time of the inspection, the oversized vehicle was being stored on the side of the property where the resident was working from inside the vehicle. It appears that he runs some sort of business with washing machines, I guess, that he repairs. In case he did remove the vehicle, but we want to get an adjudication so that if he were to bring back the vehicle, we could take it as a repeat offender.
Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Telsey?
Yes. My truck been parked there when I'm loading something or unloading. I have the place to park my truck in my church. The truck might be there for all day, something like that.
So
Be
you
there
don't,
for 1 hour, something like that. When I move, bring something or unloading.
so you're saying that you only use the vehicle to unload?
Yeah, when I bring something, not all the time. Maybe before 3 months, sometime when I bring something to my house or we remove something.
But you store the truck at your church?
Yes.
At the date of the inspection, I passed by in the morning. The vehicle was there. As I passed by in the afternoon, it was still there. So it exceeded the 1 hour grace period that we have for the unloading and loading.
There you go.
When I made contact with the resident, he was working from inside the truck, I guess fixing maybe a washer or something. But I did explain to him that he did have a history of this violation occurring prior to it. And I had explained to him that, unfortunately, he can no longer park it there. As of right now, he has not parked it there. But again, we would like to get the adjudication due to the history with the case.
Okay. I find that a violation did exist as cited, and thus you cannot park the vehicle at your residential property for more than an hour. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There is no fines because I take judicial notice that there's currently no violation taking place. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
John. Item 35 for John Dorville.
All right. Recalling the case of D&D Company Properties, LLC. So what does our use say? What does the certificate of use say?
It says both retail slash thrift store.
So, Your Honor, if I may, please. So when I look at the definition of thrift store, it doesn't speak to what was somewhat spoke of, alluded to, that in the context of a thrift store, you can have storage and things to that effect.
So tell me the definition.
So the definition says a thrift store or resale shop means an establishment wherein secondhand articles are sold, such as clothing, shoes, accessories, furniture, and other assorted items, the value of which is only a fraction of the original cost, for which price guides are not available and which normally have no collectible or antique value. This term shall not apply to businesses which sell primarily new goods and which may occasionally sell secondhand articles as a result of trade-ins or unclaimed merchandise.
So no business then can be designated both retail and thrift.
That's absolutely correct. Right on the money, because retail specifically says it only applies to primarily new goods. That's exactly right.
But what is this distinction between what's being stored on the property? How does that change? Whether it's retail or whether it's thrift, how does that change what's going on the property in terms of the bins of clothing outside, the trailers constantly on the property? How does that change it, whether it's retail or thrift? How does that change that scenario?
I don't think it I don't know. Is that directed to me, Your Honor, or to?
So for me, Your Honor, it doesn't change anything.
Okay.
For me, if I read the definition and it said in it, as you spoke earlier, as an incidental use, storage as component in the definition, then I would say, then I would make a concession that within the framework of this activity, that we speak of storage being one of their components. And then I say, all right, then we have something to hang our hat on. But this is not the case in the definition.
Now it's clear, and I think council can agree that it's clear that retail, the city intended for retail operations to be contained within the facilities on the property. All of its operations, whether it was storage or otherwise, all operations of that business must be contained within the building.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is council's argument with regards to why thrift store operations would not be required to do the same?
Well, because I think that the loading and unloading of goods and products would necessarily need to take place within the enclosed building, arguably. Some codes require that in different municipalities. City of Miami, as you know, Mr. Cook, requires that loading take place fully within an enclosed building. My point is simply that the loading aspect of this use is not prohibited by the definition of a thrift store under Article 4. And so our position is that what we're doing is loading and unloading. I understand the city's position is that we're going beyond that and that we're actually storing because of the time that the time that it's taking to get the goods into the building. I think this is really, the crux of this is all about the time that it's taking to move the goods in and out of the building.
And the fact that the business constantly stores trailers on the property, which it's not allowed to do.
So again, we're moving trailers through on a daily basis. We're not storing them.
I'm going to say that this magistrate finds that if a trailer is on the property in the morning and a trailer is on the property in the evening, then trailers are being stored on the property.
Even though it's a different trailer?
Even though it's a different trailer.
We would...
Because a trailer never leaves the property, such that the space for which it never leaves the property, such that there are always trailers on the property. And they're saying that you cannot always have trailers. So if you want to take out the word storage, you cannot always have trailers on a property. Maybe that's a better way of looking at this. You cannot always have trailers on this property. That is prohibited for this particular area. Okay, so with that being taken away, it's this case, I think that solves this case, doesn't it? That's this case.
City's looking for an adjudication, Your Honor.
All right. And as such, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of how long would you like, counsel?
Well,
And understand this, counsel, by this adjudication, what I am prohibiting by this adjudication is the constant, instead of using continuous, I'm going to use the word constant, the constant appearance of trailers on the property. Okay?
Understood. I did have a conversation with Ms. Crystal Cordeaux, and I don't want to speak for her, but I believe that she is agreeable to giving us some time to come up with perhaps an enclosure so that this area that is on our client's property, as we've shown through the record, not a right-of-way, where we can enclose some of these goods so that it isn't, in their view, storage.
Okay. How much time is the property owner looking for?
Well, I would look to Mr. Cook we can probably put together an application and a plan fairly quickly. I don't know what sort of process it would require with the city in terms of getting an actual permit, what you would require.
Is a permit required, or is this a change of use? Because, I mean, it's one thing if you're just getting a permit. A permit is what the permit process is. But if you're getting something like a variance because you're kind of switching up the use, then that's different.
So in that context, if they were building a new structure so they could house their goods that are servicing their primary, then I would see that as
a permit,
incidental use to the actual primary source. But they would need to go through a permitting process, and with the new building, probably would need to go to the development review committee for that. You need landscaping and things to that effect. So it would take a minute.
Sound like 120 days to start out with.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what are we looking at? July? All right. So, it needs to be abated by July 10th. Not abated by July 10th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
The next item on the agenda is item 18, Boris Sotolongo. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number is CEBPR 2019-00002, item number 18.
Gotta give it to the inspector. Yeah, it's the court file is their file.
Oh, the court file is their file? Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, it is. Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
My name is Boris. I'm the owner of property 920.
Boris Sotolongo?
Yeah.
All right. And your address?
920 Northwest, 124th Street, North Miami.
All right. Have you been made aware of the violation?
I had a violation code. I was making
Are you aware of the violation?
Oh yeah.
Are you objecting to the violation?
Yeah, I knocked down everything. So.
You knocked down everything.
Yeah. I'm trying to make a roof for making turns next
so
to.
So you abated. So he's basically saying he abated the violation.
City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This morning, prior to the hearing, I spoke to Mr. Sotolongo in reference to the violation. He had a structure in the rear that was erected without a permit. I advised him when we spoke prior to this morning that he was supposed to obtain an after-the-fact permit for the structure, but this morning he called to state that he took it down. Per our office rules, Prior to the hearing, we have a final reinspection date. For this case, it was March 27th, and at the time, he wasn't in compliance. So we do not go back to the property after that reinspection date. So if you can give me time to go back to the property to see if he has indeed taken the structure down.
How completed was the structure?
It was complete. It looked like he was housing birds. I'm not sure if it was chickens. He mentioned something about pigeons, but it was
So it's like a coop.
a coop, yes.
And so you destroyed the coop.
That's another thing. That's not about the bird. That's nothing.
You destroyed the structure.
Yeah, I destroyed. Yeah.
Okay. So you want to reset?
Yes.
All right. May 15th.
So this should.
The next item is item 25 and 26. Celius Altilis. Jose Perez is the officer. The first case is CEFAW 2018-00328. And item 26 is CEODS 2018-00224.
Interpreter? Mr. Tillis, state your name for the record.
Déclaré non bon
Celius Attilus.
Celius Attilus.
And your address?
560 Nord-Ouest 130 Street.
560 Northwest 130th Street.
You had two violations that came before the magistrate, and you were found to be in violation of the city's code, and you were given until March 27th to abate the violations.
Ou gen deux violations qui vini de la city côté
To correct it.
violation d'un code ou te gen juste le 27 mars ou te accompli avec ça au mois là. Yes.
Have you completed the repairs necessary?
Est-ce que te complété réparation?
Or taken the action necessary?
I am asking. I do not know what that is.
All right, let's remind him, Mr. Perez.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 560 Northwest 130 Street. This is these two violations. One is in reference to the fence in the rear of the property. The other violation is to the outdoor storage.
Remember, he has an interpreter, so we have to kind of slow down.
Sorry.
Continue. When your interpreter go ahead, but when you pause, isn't a time for him to speak. It's just a time for Mr. Perez to continue his testimony. All right.
As of my final reinspection date on March 27th, the rear of the fence had not been repaired, as well as the outdoor storage has not been completely picked up. Previously, I have spoken to the building department, specifically to Ms. Rahima Golding. The resident was going to apply for a fence permit to replace a fence in the rear. Unfortunately, at this time, he still has not gotten approval from the building department in reference to putting a new fence. So the violation does exist as of the 27th, and as of today, the permit still has not been issued.
And what about the loose items?
The loose items, they're still, as of the 27th, the final reinspection, they were still in the rear of the property. Several items were scattered around. I have photographs that I could show the resident and submit for evidence.
Those are parts for the AC that is in the rear. After that, it is the leaves from the avocado tree and the mango tree that are falling, and I'm picking them up constantly. Every time they fall, I pick them up, I put them in a bag, I pick them up. Besides that, I do not have anything else, which is why I do not know why I have two violations, these two violations he speaks of.
I don't know why you don't have three.
There were other violations in the property, such as storage of an oversized vehicle, as well as a derelict vehicle that was being stored there. Those have been abated, but as of right now, the outdoor storage and the fence are what's really at issue here.
Yeah, and because I'm looking at the rear of the property, and we're talking about more than just some leaves. I'm
Right.
sure Mr. Perez wasn't speaking about those leaves. I'm looking at what
The
appears to be a
bench
workout bench,
and
barbecue grill, some chairs,
some
looks like
buckets.
a seat, some piping, a bucket, and a shed in very, very disrepair.
Yeah, I mean, I have photographs of how it was before. It has picked up a little bit, but unfortunately, I'll submit these as well into evidence. The fence was also sort of kind of repaired a little bit, but it's still not up to standards that would suffice hurricane winds, for example, and I fear that there might be an issue with that in the future.
I have photos.
Okay, show me your.
C'est comme ça que t'es avant. Avant. Alors, les petits gens mieux, mais c'est pour le finir compléter.
Was he before pictures?
Yeah.
I don't need them.
I'm waiting for my turn to speak.
So as you can see there, the fence was in very bad shape. So he has added a couple planks, but unfortunately, that's not gonna.
And he needs a permit, so.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten a permit yet. So, Mr. Attilis,
Mr. Attilis?
go ahead and speak.
Où m'êtes parlé? Firstly, I had the cards for the first violations, the first 4 violations. They told me to move a black car that I had. I was told the truck weighed too much for where I had parked it. I moved it.
Mr. Attilis, we're speaking right now about the fact that the fence still needs additional repair, and then you have to pull a permit in order to actually properly repair the fence. And you still need more cleaning up that you need to do in the back. That's what we're talking about today.
Pourquoi nous seulement parlé de barrière qui derrière que les styles besoin un peu de réparation, c'est pour sortir un permis pour compléter lui et puis derrière manque un peu de nettoyage toujours. C'est ça seulement on a parlé aujourd'hui. Okay, thank you. I have already placed a permit. I was told that they were going to call me for the permit. The city is.
Did you see an application?
I'm going
for
to
a
place
permit?
metal. I'm going to move
So-
everything completely.
So as of this morning, I checked for the permitting status, and it appears that he only applied. He never submitted any plans or anything like that for it. So that's why I guess the city hasn't gotten back to him.
All right, Mr. Attilis, it seems like you need some help with the fence, at least the fence portion of this issue.
Monsieur Attilis, c'est paraît que pour barrière là, au moins pour
So,
petite barrière là, on besoin d'aide.
You may want to get a contractor or
Pour
somebody
faire barrière
to assist you in this process.
Peut-être on a besoin chercher un contracteur.
I don't think
Un
this
monde qui
is
capable
this
assister
process
ou
is something you
pour
can do on your
présenter
own.
permis et puis faire procès correctement. Okay, thank you.
And I'm gonna give.
And
I'm gonna
what
give you
else is there?
I'm
What
gonna
else do
give
I
you
have to do?
another 30 days
Là, bon, le 30 jours
to try to get this right.
pour essayer de faire le correctement.
So I'll see you back on May 15th.
Là, pour
Thank you.
encore le 15 mai. What else remains? I'd like to ask the officer what else remains at the back for in order for me to have everything correct.
Just pick up all the trash,
Seulement ramasser
remove the
tout
bench,
fatayo.
remove
Retirer bench.
all the loose items that you see in the back.
Tout bail qui gagne derrière au courrier, on est retiré.
Get you a fence contractor or a GC to assist you
Faire barrière là
with the fence.
pour aider avec barrière. Okay.
Thank you.
There's nothing further. Is that it?
That's it.
Ça seulement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item is item 31, Curtis Hinson. Wayne Clark is the officer. The case number is CEEXP 2019-00003, item 31.
Good morning. Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Good morning. My name is Curtis Henson, 1630 Northwest 133rd Street, North Miami, 33167.
Mr. Henson, you've been made aware of the violation, correct?
Yes, I have.
Are there any objections to the violation?
Not at this moment, no.
How
Wayne
much,
Clark, City, North Miami Code Compliance.
how much additional time do you need?
Can I get 45 days? What happened, if I could explain?
Can you do it in 30?
We'll start.
Yeah.
Progress.
All right.
We'll work.
So I find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date for May 8th. Not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated. Thank you, gentlemen.
The next case is item 28, Clyde Leslie Jr. Jose Perez is the officer. The case number is CEFAW 2019-00014, item 28.
Good morning. Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Good morning. My name is Clyde Leslie. I live at 11905 Northwest 2nd Avenue.
All right, you've been made aware of the violation, correct?
I am.
And are there any objections to the violation?
No.
How much time do you need?
Well, we started to work on it this week, so like by the end of the month, so I can get it painted as well. Because
All
I
right,
feel like
find
that's
that a
gonna be
violation
problem.
does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th. Not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
The next item is item 36 and 37, Daniel Pomeratz. Vanessa Willis is the officer. The first case is CEGMP 2018-00432. The second case is CEGMP 2018-00433, item 36 and 37.
Go ahead and make your appearance for the record. To the podium, sir. Make your appearance for the record.
I don't believe he was sworn in either, Special Magistrate.
Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but. If so, say I do.
Yeah, I do.
All right. Make your appearance for the record.
What do you mean?
Your name. Give me your name
Oh.
and your address for the record.
My name is Dan Pomerantz.
And your address?
I'm summoned as a corporation. I'm just a flesh and blood. I'm not a corporation. I'm Dan Pomerantz, flesh and blood.
All right.
And I don't know how this hearing could have subject matter jurisdiction over anything I do. My
Why do you-
address is 12202 Northeast 11th Court.
You're saying you don't know how we have subject matter jurisdiction?
Well, I'm flesh and blood. You're a corporation. I don't get the nexus, frankly.
Okay.
And then there's the flag issue. I have to ask you, why is there a red, white, blue, and gold flag that we're proceeding under?
You've been given some citations. Are you objecting to these citations?
Yes.
All right. City?
Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. We have two cases here today, CEGMP 2018-00432 for pressure cleaning and painting the house. Paint permit is required. The next violation is CEGMP 2018-00433. Roof is dirty and discolored. Please pressure clean and or paint the roof. To date, both of those items have not been done. He is not in compliance. This property was cited back in December of 2018.
All right. Mr. Pomerantz, do you have any testimony you want to give regarding these violations?
Well, I'd like to get my questions clarified first.
Okay.
Would you be willing to have a clerk remove the military flag? Because I have no idea what my rights are under that thing.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to speak to the violations now?
Not yet. I don't grant jurisdiction because of that and because I'm,
You can object to jurisdiction.
I object to
But I
jurisdiction.
do the granting and sustaining.
well, they're looking for a corporation. Daniel Pomeranz, all in capital letters like a corporation. It isn't me. I'm here as flesh and blood Dan Pomeranz. But I don't see
Mr.
that
Pomerantz.
you have a
Mr.
connection
Mr. Pomerantz.
to a corporation, but not to me.
Mr. Pomerantz.
Yeah.
I'm a magistrate in various capacities, and I've heard this argument made a number of times. There's nowhere in our case history, not only in the state of Florida, but in the United States, do we recognize the legal premises by which you're trying to argue before this magistrate. So either you speak to the violations, or I will make a determination without your testimony, but I will not entertain you in this fashion. Am I
Well-
clear? Am I clear?
Yeah, I would like
Okay.
to go a little further.
If you were going to speak to the violations, then you may do so. If not, then I will make my determination.
Well, I can speak to the violations,
Go ahead.
so-called violations.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, speaking to the violations, I just got this. I spoke with the code enforcement officer, and she said that she'd be willing to work it out with me over a period of time. I have financial hardship, and I'm elderly, so I don't know that I'm going to go up on my roof, and I know that I can't afford to have it cleaned in the moment. The property is also under contract for sale to a corporation. So I think that, you know, then you'll have a legal nexus, and I'm sure the guy's going to fix everything because that's his business.
Is it currently under contract? Or?
Yes.
And when is the closing date
It's supposed
set?
to close within 15 days or 20 days.
All right, so then I find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of June 12th. Not abated by June 12th, then it's $250 per day until abated. That should give you enough time to sell the property.
Yeah, maybe I can climb up there and clean it myself, I guess. You know. Okay,
right.
fair enough.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next two items are item 40 and 41, Ducel and Audiu Sherry. Jose Perez is the officer on both cases. The first case is CEFAW 2019-00031. The second case is CESOD 2019-00009.
I need help.
Go ahead and state your name and address for the record.
Nom c'est Giselle Chéri.
My name is Giselle Sherry.
Adresse noire 126 75 Nordis. Première avenue. Miami.
My address is 12675 Northeast First Avenue, Miami.
You've been made aware of the violations,
Est-ce que vous connaissez
correct?
vous reconnaissez que vous avez une violation?
Oui.
Yes.
And do you have any objections to these violations?
Est-ce que vous avez aucune objection contre violation ça?
Oui.
Well, yes.
All right, Mr. Perez?
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez, today you're hearing the case in reference to the property at 12675 Northeast First Avenue. The violations are in reference to the fence on the south side of the property. The fence is in disrepair, along with the another violation of the sodding surrounding the property in the swell area that has been deteriorated away due to excessive parking. As of March 27th, compliance has not been made. I have photographs that I'm going to show the resident and submit it to evidence.
Je montre une photo que je pas entré comme preuve. Tout ça.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's, yeah,
Barrière,
yeah,
clôture.
yeah, that's true. Yes. Zebra back is me. Zebra back is me. Between zebra.
Yes, the grass has been parked on. It has killed the grass.
Do you understand what you need to do in order to correct the violation?
Est-ce que vous connaissez ça ou bien pour faire pour corriger la violation?
Yeah, violation, ça. Oui, oui, oui. That's
Yes, I recognize it.
All right. Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, find out a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement. How much time do you need?
Combien de temps besoin?
Bon, mwen may kon permis pou m fè fen nan, pou m fè plante gras la.
I have to go get a permit in order to do the fence and to plant the grass.
All right. Issue an abatement date of June 12th. If not abated by June 12th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Yes, I will make sure that is done.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
The next case is item 45, Elizabeth Green. John Dorville is the officer. The case number CEPFY 2019-00051, item 45.
Go ahead and make your appearance.
My name is Elizabeth Green. I live at 625 Northeast 130th Street. I have ownership in this property. That's
Okay.
a question, 14350 Northeast 8th Avenue.
You've been made aware of the violation, correct?
Yes, I have.
Are there any objections to this violation?
No, I just, I need an extension because I went and pulled a permit.
How much additional time do you need?
I would say about 30 days.
All right. Find out a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is item 49, Enterprise 305 LLC. Shanna Sanders is the officer. The case number CELDR 2018-00066, Enterprise 305 LLC. Shanna Sanders is the officer. Item 49.
Good morning. Make your appearance for the record.
My name is Dennis Harula, 11111 Biscayne Boulevard, and I'm a member of Enterprise 305 LLC.
Okay. This matter came before me previously, or before a magistrate previously, and it was adjudicated. A violation was found to have existed on the property. You were given until March 27th to correct this violation. Has the violation been corrected?
Your Honor, we had a, I don't know, we're talking about a driveway where grass is growing through the drive. We had a landscaper out there on Sunday or Monday, and the house is vacant. We are in the process of redoing the house for resale. I have to go and check and double check. But if it hasn't been done, we will get it done in the next 10 days.
I'm Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. To answer your question, Magistrate, as of last Wednesday, March 27th, compliance has not been met. I do have pictures of the violation upon my last reinspection if you would like to see.
Yes.
Sir, if I might add something, if you don't mind. The address of these notices to appear are in Coconut Grove, Florida. We hired an attorney to convert certain properties over to our corporate name, which is Enterprise LLC. But our corporate name of Enterprise LLC is a Delaware corporation. This particular attorney looked up under Sunbiz, where there was another Enterprise 305 in Coconut Grove. And so we did not get these in the time required.
Okay.
And when we did finally get it from the attorney, because I looked it up to make sure that the names had been changed properly, and I saw the address in Coconut Grove, which is not us. He had to go get a quit claim deed from these people to give us back the house, because he registered it to the wrong company. So we didn't have our mail.
You had to go get a quit claim deed for address error?
Actually, it wasn't an address. He converted it to Enterprise 305 LLC on Jackson Avenue in Coconut Grove, which is not us.
How did he? You received the property through a deed.
No,
With your current name.
we've always had this property, but we wanted it converted into a corporate name.
So
which
you,
is Enterprise
so
305.
the individuals deeded it to the corporation.
The individual, we did the corporation ourselves, filed in Delaware.
Who was the owner previous to Enterprise 305?
Mr. Jelke.
As an individual. And then you did a deed and transferred the property from yourself to Enterprise 305. Okay.
Yes.
But the Enterprise 305 that your attorney used for the deed
Is the wrong one.
Was the wrong one.
We've since then had it corrected.
Oh.
And, you know, the mail came to the wrong people.
Oh,
And
okay.
so we did receive
All
late
right.
notices of it.
No comment then. There's still appears to be a violation as of March 27th. Well, that's March 11th, right?
Yes, but if you flip back a couple of more pages, it shows the 27th as well.
Okay.
The 11th is when I posted the property, and that's what it looked like, and then I re-inspected on the 27th.
And what we're looking for is for them to pave the area that's unpaved between the pavers.
That's correct. This is my first time meeting this individual, and we spoke in the back this morning, and I explained to him in detail what the city is asking for, and it is to remove all of that grass area and put some rocks down or cement, concrete, something to
Or pave it.
make it look like a driveway.
Or pave it for uniformity.
Well, it's got rock now, and so
Okay.
I'm not sure. We haven't been back there. And we thought in the last 2 days that the landscapers had taken care of what we had paid them to do. But for us to put rock down there and take care of the grass wouldn't take but a few days.
All right. Well, as of March 27th, there was no compliance, so I find that there was no compliance as of March 27th, and as such, the violation continues to exist until there is until the city has proof otherwise, and the fine shall accumulate until such time.
Okay.
All right.
What is the fine, sir?
$250 per day until abated.
How long do we have to pay it?
Yeah, if you
We can rectify it
if you
and-
coordinate with them today to go
Okay.
out there, then
All right.
something that you can get done relatively quickly.
All right. Thank you.
The next two
I'm John
cases.
Jelke. I'd just like to say one thing. I'd like to express my gratitude to the city of North Miami. I've lived here since 1958, and if there was a better place, I'd move there. Thank you.
All right. I'm sure the city appreciates that.
The next two items on the agenda are 57 and 58. Fritzner Naret. Jose Perez is the officer on both cases. The first case is CEBPR 2019-00005 and CEZPU 2019-00014, item 57 and item 58.
This is my dad, Fritz Naret, and I'm Kamar Naret, the daughter, 460 Northwest, 135th Street, North Miami, Florida, 33168.
All right. You've been made aware of the violation?
Yes, we were aware.
Are there any objections to the violation?
Yes, the one,
Mr. Perez?
1 second. Okay, yeah. So, City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 460 Northwest 135th Street. This is in reference to two violations, one being around the same issue. The rear of the property was converted into an efficiency. So we have issues where permitting is required for the conversion of the property or disassemble of the efficiency, and the second one being the prohibited use of the zoning for the efficiencies. So as of 1 sec. February 5th, I was called in by the person who was renting the efficiency, and they were unhappy with the living conditions. After that, the homeowner made contact with me once saying that they were going to revert everything back to normal, but after that, they never called me back to do a reinspection or allow me back onto the property to see if it's converted back or not. That's why you're hearing the case today.
Okay.
And no permits have been applied for.
We did speak to Mr. Perez saying that we were going to get the property back to code the way it should be. But Mr. was supposed to come out on that same week, on the 15th. We waited and you didn't come out, and then we called you. That's when you told us that it's just gonna come here straight to court, that we didn't have to do anything, just come to court. So that's what you told me when I personally called you after
All right, so-
after your first inspection.
So have you converted the?
I did, but the problem is the tenant is still there. She used her deposit, and when I spoke to her on the
What do
first
you mean
of
she
this,
used her deposit?
I mean, after her March was supposed to be her last day to move out. The appliances that was on the property were
I'm going
removed.
to tell you guys something. This is not legal advice, but
Yeah,
deposits aren't rent, and by statute, you cannot use deposits for rent by statute. That's not legal advice. I'm just saying.
You're just saying?
Statute doesn't allow for deposits to be used for rent.
Okay, we didn't know, but it was used. And then we spoke to her on the 1st. She says that she just needs a little bit of time to move out. She's finding a place. But the appliances, the kitchenette, whatever you saw there, we did move it out. It's out of there. So we're just waiting for her to move out.
It was a fully converted.
But the thing is, the
Yes,
property, we
yes,
bought
it
the
was.
property like that. It's on the floor plan.
And unfortunately, when you buy a property, although you may have bought it in that conditions, the violation still exists with the property. So as a new property owner, you carry over those burdens, unfortunately.
But I don't understand because it's on the floor plan.
That's what she's saying.
of
She's saying it's on the original floor plan.
It's on the original, this is what I pulled up from the city, it's on the floor plan. The only thing that wasn't, that's not supposed to be there was the little kitchen that my dad built, okay, that.
What do you mean,
was
like a stove and
Like a
a
stove.
refrigerator?
The
Yeah,
addition
those
was done
removed.
correctly. It is a legal addition to the property. It used to be a garage, and now it's a room per se. But the addition of the stove, etc., now makes it into an efficiency, especially when there were no permits in question
We
for making
removed
it.
We got it removed, sir. And we spoke to the tenant to have it removed because it was against code to have it there. She agreed. We went in and we removed it, and now we're waiting for her to move out. We're just asking for time
All right,
for
so
her to.
I'll reset it. Going back and inspect. and
Not a
see what's
problem.
there. May 15th.
For the record, though, I did pass by the property for the reinspection date. I was waiting for a call because I cannot go onto the property itself without your permission. So that's why I was waiting for your call to go onto the property itself. So
didn't
when
know.
that's done, you could give me a call, and I will go and we'll get that cleared out.
Okay, I'm sorry, but we didn't know we were supposed
That's
to
not a
call
problem.
you. We just thought you was coming in to do the thing. We waited all day. Okay,
All right. Now that that's cleared up. All right, May 15th.
May 15th? Okay, thank you.
The next item is item number 66, Jean Melcius. John Dorville is the officer. The case number is CEJ&K 2019-00011, item 66.
Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Jean Mercedes, living at 941 Northeast 141st Street.
Okay.
My Florida 33161.
All right. Do you understand what's needed to correct your violation?
I don't understand that.
Do you understand the?
because
do you object to the violation?
the inspector told me first to clean the backyard. They are in the backyard. But I already clean up. But I don't know
So,
why.
so you're saying you've already corrected the violation, Mr. Dorville?
John Dorwell, City of North Miami Code Compliance Office. I have pictures of the latest, my last inspection, March the 13th. I'd like to show it to the property owner.
Yeah, but I'm cleaning back on it.
Non, est-ce que ça, c'est photo que vous faites le 13 mars? Est-ce que vous pouvez retirer tout ça?
Qui ça y est là? Tout ça est sorti.
Yeah, ça, c'est...
Qui ça y est?
C'est pas peut-être, I don't know. What? Get by that? Est-ce qu'il y en a toujours?
Tout ça est sorti.
Ok.
C'est sorti. Mais où elle va passer?
Magistrate, the resident is saying that past my obviously he's fixed the issue past the 13th. So if I can get adjudication and if he's closed it out, then we can close it out.
All right. So you said on your last inspection, this is the condition that the property was still in?
Yes, sir. This is the rear of the property, visible through the alleyway.
Okay. So I find that a violation still existed on May 13th, 2019, and thus the fine shall go forward until such time as the property is abated.
For the record, could I ask that the Creole speaking interpreter?
Wait a minute. I didn't adjudicate this. No. Hold on. So I find that a violation does exist as cited. Issued an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated. Mr. Interpreter, Creole, please.
Thank you.
Call your next case. Go ahead.
The next case is Long Island Apartments. Gary Beswick is the officer. Item 81, case number MHZCU 2019-00001.
Hi, good morning.
Good
Valentina
afternoon. Go ahead and
Georgescu.
make your appearance for the record. Go ahead and make your appearance.
Valentina Georgescu for Long Island Apartments.
Your client's been made aware of the violation, correct?
Yes, but I want to contest because
Oh, okay. Mr. Beswick.
Good afternoon, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami Building Department. The property was first cited and February the 14th, the failure to obtain a certificate of use permit to operate in the City of North Miami. Her contention is that she rent the place. Actually she's the LLC. So her contention is that she rent the place to a law firm.
no, it's not law firm. It's an
Immigration.
immigration office, and they have clearance, and I cannot help them. They have to be the violation in their name, and I want to send you these documents. No, so they apply in their name. Cannot be
They apply in their
so
name for
the
the
company
certificate?
name it's BI Incorporate.
Right, so they apply for the certificate of use?
Recently.
And they obtain from DERM, and they do all the steps.
Okay.
But they don't need me like Long Island.
Okay.
And I
But Long
cannot-
Island
Yes,
is
sir.
the property owner, and the citation is proper against the property owner. What the property owner has with its tenants is between the property owner and its tenants, but the citation to the property owner is correct.
Thank you.
Okay, but they told me they cannot take care of this because they need all the time approved from the headquarters.
From their headquarters?
Yes, and it's a long process. So they want this violation in their name so they can move faster. Because, for instance, the fire department give them to open a new door.
Listen, I don't know what their difficulties are, but the fact that they're a tenant isn't one of them. So there's no need for the citation to be in their name, nor does the citation being in the property owner's name in no way hinders them from obtaining the permits from either working with the city or the county.
But they have
This is
all
a
the
usual
permits.
process. Both entities are aware of the tenant issues. This is not something new or nuanced.
But they
Okay.
have all the certificate in their name.
Okay.
So it's not Long Island.
It is Long Island. Long Island owns the building. So it is Long Island's violation through its tenant.
So how you consider they can deal with this one? Because they asked
You
me
said
to come here.
You said they obtained everything. right? They obtained everything without your assistance
they-
thus far, right?
Yeah, but they still have, they need more time because
So,
everything
all right,
is
so tell me you
slowly.
need more time. Okay. So I find that a violation does exist as cited. How much time do you think they need?
I think at least 3 months.
At least 3 months?
Yeah.
Any objection?
Yes, because they've been operating for a long time without it, and the complaint come from the police department. So basically, I give them a maximum of 60 days.
All right, fine.
Cannot
Give an
be be-
abatement date till June 12th. If not abated by June 12th, then it's $250 per day until abated. All right? So let them know they have until June 12th.
They have to build another door, so they have to hire an architect. They need a lot of things to do. It's not like they can do immediately. They want to do, and
They can
plus
start immediately, though.
they already start.
All right, then they have till June 12th.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
The next item is item 84. Mariela Padron. Ernst Baptiste is the officer. The case number is CERCV 2018-00173, item 84.
An interpreter.
Go ahead and make your appearance.
Enzo Aguilera.
Angel Aguilera.
What's your name?
Enzo Aguilera.
Angel Aguilera.
Enzo, E-N-Z-O, Enzo.
Angel Aguilera.
No, that's
Enzo.
Enzo.
Enzo Aguilera.
still not the owner.
No, I know the owner.
Usted no es el dueño.
I come in before because I'm living in the house.
Oh, you're a tenant.
Usted es entonces inquilino.
Sí, yo soy el dueño del bote por el problema de la casa.
I am the owner of the boat because of this problem in the house.
Yo vine aquí, él me dio hasta el 20 de marzo.
I came here, you gave me up until the 20th of March,
Anterior del 20 de marzo recibí esta nueva cita.
and before March 20th, I received this new letter,
El día que él me dio hasta el 20 de marzo me dijo que podía tratar de coger el permiso
and on 20th of March, I was told that I could try to obtain a permit,
y yo hice el trámite del permiso.
and I started the process of
Wha-
getting a permit.
Why did you wait till March 20th?
¿Por qué esperó hasta marzo 20?
Yo no esperé a marzo 20. Se me dijo que antes de marzo 20 debía sacar el bote.
Well, I did not wait until March 20. I was told I had the date.
Yeah, it was a
the
deadline.
20th. The deadline, March of 20.
Yo desde el día que salí de aquí traté de conseguir el permiso, no me daban el papel.
Since I left here, I tried to obtain permit, but I was not getting it.
Al final me lo consiguieron todos los papeles y yo vine y ya pagué el trámite del permiso.
And I finally came, I started, I already paid all the fees for the permit.
Why didn't you apply for a permit shortly after the last hearing?
¿Y por qué no aplicó por el permiso inmediatamente después de la anterior?
No me daban los trámites, no me daban los papeles para hacer los trámites.
Well, they would not give me the papers to start the process.
Okay. Mr. Baptiste.
Ernst Baptiste, City of Miami, Code Enforcement Officers.
Voy a traducir todo lo que él dice.
Case that was reset,
Este caso fue
it was heard, give the tenant more time, spoke to him about the process to obtain the variance, and nothing was done, and
No fue hecho nada.
March 11 took picture, violations still exist,
Tomé dos fotos.
posted the property on
What's
March 11.
what's the likelihood that this, not saying that anyone has predetermined anything, but what's the likelihood
Sí.
that the variance will be granted?
Es posible que puedan dar un
In your
permiso
opinion.
sobre
It's
esto.
up in the air because now they have to go in front of a board
Ahora, todo
to
esto
obtain the
tiene que ir
variance.
a una mesa que aprueba.
Is the city giving out the variances for boats?
Si da un permiso para
Are they
botes.
typically granting those variances?
That was before when we have
Eso sucedía.
administrative variance, but right now it's a new process.
Hay un proceso nuevo
It's
Anybody's guess.
anybody's guess.
All
y
right.
cualquiera puede conseguir.
All right. Last 30 days. One more time. Let's see.
Otro John.
Another 30 days. Let's see what happens.
Bueno, 30 días más y veamos qué pasa en 30 días, dice el juez.
Okay. ¿Qué pasa con lo de permiso?
And get a power of attorney from the owner that says you can speak on their behalf.
Y lo que tiene que conseguir es una carta poder del abogado para que usted pueda hablar por él, porque él es dueño.
¿El dueño?
Sí. Okay.
Thank you.
Gracias.
May 15th.
The next two items on the agenda is 94 and 95, Nigel Ellis and Shirley Reed. Jose Perez is the officer. The case number CEPFY 2019-00067 and CEZPU 2019-00016, item 94 and 95.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Shirley Reed. My address is 130 Northwest 122nd Street, 33168.
All right. Ms. Reed, you've been made aware of the violations, correct?
Yes.
Are there any objections to these violations?
No.
All right. How much time do you need?
Like 30 days.
All right. I find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day per citation until abated. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
The next item is item 101, Paulette Charles. Wayne Clark is the officer. The case number is CEGMP 2018-00357, item 101.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Paulette Charles. I live in 820 Northeast, 131 Street, North Miami, Florida, 33161.
All right. Last time this came before me, I adjudicated this matter. I found that a violation did exist as cited. I gave you until February 13th to correct the violation. Have you corrected the violation?
Yes, it was matched something. Yes, it's been corrected.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. She did make an effort to do so, but however, I told her that the wall exterior and interior needed to be painted, not just the interior. However, I noticed she did paint part of the exterior wall, but there's still part of the exterior wall on the east side and the entire exterior wall on the west side of the property that is still unpainted. And I just told her a little while ago, she said to me that it wasn't her responsibility to paint the outside of her wall. It was her neighbor's responsibility, which I've never heard before. And if you identify that as your property boundary wall, then it's yours interior and exterior wise. So right now, we have half of the exterior east wall unfinished, and the entire west exterior wall has not been painted.
Ms. Charles, would you like to elaborate?
No, but do I have to paint all the wall for the neighbors? Because this wall been there for I don't know how many years.
Is this wall connected to your
I don't
house?
know how many years it's been like that. They never paid it.
Is the wall connected to your house?
It's like it's something like this. It's a wall back in the front and the back, but I don't know how long ago that's been painted. But even I don't know. I'm responsible to paint I paint the like the water damage in the side, but I cannot paint all the. Do I have to paint all?
That's your wall. I mean,
I don't know if they never said that. This is the first time I heard it about that. This is the first time. I always paint my over and over, like every 5 years, and I paint my side. But the neighbors never paid it. How come I am responsible to paint their side? I can't paint it like the water damage, the one, the water I paint it.
Oh, I see what she's saying.
But I cannot paint all over. This is a big wall. That costs money. I pay $1,040 to pay that, to paint that.
The question,
to replace the
they should have painted the whole wall there.
And I never paid my, never.
That's her.
The first time
That's her
I hear
property.
about it.
That's just like my neighbor has a wall. I asked him to paint it. They don't paint it. I'm calling code compliance.
This one right here is her side. That's how it looks.
All that. The whole wall is her. See, if you.
No, I'm saying, but this is her.
All the way
painting,
back. All the way
painting-
back.
This is her painting her side of it.
That's
On the side that faces her
neighbor.
property.
No, that's the side that faces the east side neighbor, abutting her property.
Oh, okay.
So that little piece you see back there in the back that's unfinished,
Uh-huh.
she should have went all the way back, Because if you look at the property from the photo taken from the front of the property, you can clearly see that that wall is around her property. Both sides, the whole wall is hers.
Do you know how much this
But
costs?
she is misunderstanding that that wall, interior and exterior, is her responsibility, not her neighbor's.
Right.
Like I said, if it was my neighbor, he didn't do it, I'd be calling code enforcement to complain for the neighbor to paint it, not me to paint it, because I didn't put it there.
I've been painting my wall over and over. They will never cite me for that.
This is like a
That
fence.
the
This is
first-
like-
it's years ago. This one is years ago.
It's like a
I've
fence
been
that you
painting
put up.
my wall, but I
Right.
Listen, it's like a fence that you put up, and you go and you paint the fence
I
on your
don't
side.
paint, no, this one.
If you put up the fence,
Listen
if you put up the fence belongs to you.
Right.
Would you agree?
I didn't paint it because I bought the house like that.
Did
But
you-
I've been painting my house,
Listen-
and I bought the
listen
house.
to me.
I've been
Listen to
painting my
me.
wall over.
Listen to me. If you put up a fence, would you agree that the fence belongs to you?
I painted because the fence
If
doesn't
you
belong.
put up a fence, would you agree that the fence belonged to you?
Yes, it belongs to me.
Okay,
Because
so
it
if you
belong to me,
buy
but
a
if I-
property with a gate around it, would you agree that the property that you buy with the gate around it is part of the purchase?
You do know how long I've been living in that house? I've been painting my
If
wall
you
over
buy
and over,
a house
but
that
I
ha-
never paint their side.
If you buy a house with
So-
a gate around it, would you agree that when you bought the house, the gate belonged to you too?
I never paint it.
She
It's
ain't
been I've been
All
painting
right.
my side
You have-
over and over.
you have to
for
paint it.
many years.
You have to paint both sides.
Many years. They never.
Listen.
I agree to paint the,
I'ma give you
the
another-
dirty one by the water.
I'ma give you
I
ano-
agree to do that.
I'm
but
gonna give you
going to
another
appeal that
30
because I'm-
days to paint.
That is
to
going
paint
to
it
be
all.
I'm going to appeal it. I'm not going to
All
paint
right.
it.
I mean, you're free to do so.
Yes, I'm going to appeal it. I'm not going to paint it.
But the amount of money that will cost you to appeal me, you could have used to paint
I'm
the
not
property.
going to paint it. No.
Well,
I'm not going to keep
the
painting that
city's
over and over.
asking for an
No,
adjudication.
I gotta break it
That's
and
it.
paint it. I gotta break it. That's it. I'm not
Already,
going to paint it.
oh, you want a running fine?
Yes, today. Because obviously she's
I'm
not
gonna give
trying
her,
to.
I'm gonna give her
solve-
another 30 days.
You know?
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna give her another
The
30
benefit of the doubt.
I'm gonna give her
I'm
30
going to-
days
yeah,
to,
30 days,
to,
I'm not
to,
going to
to
paint
see
it.
the error of her ways.
I pay $1,000 for. I don't have the money to pay it either. I don't have the money. The house that the little house.
Listen,
that
if
they
you
put
have
why
the
you
money
don't-
to if
you
you
don't
have the
cite
if
it.
you have the money to appeal
And-
me, you have the money to paint it.
Listen to the just respect the judge. Oh my God.
So I'm gonna give you another 30 days, May 15th.
No, I have to. No, I have to appeal that. You cannot tell me thank you. You are going to spend the money to pay it.
Thank you.
I have to appeal that.
All right. I
I
mean,
mean,
if-
there's
listen.
a gate, there's a fence by the.
Listen, you can spend the
there's a
money-
code violation in that city.
You can
a lot of
spend
code
you can
violation.
spend the money to
My
paint it, or you can
next-door
spend the
neighbors,
money to appeal me.
You know, my next
It's cheaper to
door
paint
neighbors,
it.
they don't. My next neighbors, they get is working. They don't fight here.
All right.
And they order their house. They don't fight anything. Until only me. And if like they, if you look at my house, that they only look good looking house in that neighborhood. So I try. So I'm not going to paint their side. I have to go some. I gotta break it instead of painting it.
I understand. Yes. Yes.
The next item is 105 Perig, address 1475 Northeast 125 Terrace. Vanessa Willis is the officer.
She's
The
free to
case-
go. Her case is done. She's free to go. Her case is done.
The case number is MHVIO 2019-00028, item 105.
I'm sorry. I'm just distracted. With
Item 105.
Thank you.
Okay, that's right. They think it's you. Okay, we're gonna have to put it to the end. She is the owner of the unit that was being affected, so I don't think, yeah, she's not
She's
here.
the owner of the unit being affected.
Right, there,
Okay.
this is a case in reference to a unit above her that's leaking where they needed to
But
make
the
a,
property on it hasn't.
correct, signed
appeared.
in.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna have to wait.
The next item on the agenda is 124, 3 Horizons South. Vanessa Willis is the officer. The case number is MHVIO 2017-01183, item 124.
All right, I previously adjudicated this matter. I found that a violation did exist as cited. I gave until September 4th of last year to abate this violation or to correct the violation. Has the violation been corrected?
Yes, Special Magistrate. The reason why we're before you is because they had an abatement date, and due to directives in the office, and if we have not determined that there has been compliance, then we still have to come to magistrate. But what has happened in the interim is the owner of the unit that complained has stated that they are in compliance.
Was there an inspection and determination made on September 4th that there was compliance or not?
On September 4th, I wasn't able to gain access. This has been an ongoing problem with the person.
So only recently were you able to obtain verification
Correct.
of compliance?
Correct.
All right. All right, case dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next case is 125 Three Kings on 135th LLC. Vanessa Willis is the officer. The case number CENUS 2018-02606, item 125.
We three kings of the land. All right.
Hi, my name is Sergio Quiñones.
And what's your relationship to Three Kings?
Property manager.
All right. And your client has been made aware of the violation, correct?
Excuse me?
Guys, your client has been made aware of the violation, correct?
Yes.
Is there any objection to the violation?
No.
How much time do you need?
I just spoke to the contractor. We need at least 60 days to open permit, and
All right.
we need to create like a slope.
All right, find out the violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of June 12th. If not abated by June 12th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item is 130 William K. Davis. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The case number is CEFAW 2019-00008, item 130.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing,
Afternoon now.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Good afternoon.
Go ahead and make your appearance.
There was a violation.
What's your name and address?
Okay. My name is William Davis, William Keithan Davis, and I live at the address 855 Northwest 132nd Street. I'm the owner.
All right. You've been made aware of the violation, correct?
Yes, sir.
Is there any objection to the violation?
No objection.
How much time do you need?
I need 30 days.
All right. Find out the violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The next three cases are 131, 132, and 133. Winsell de la Florent. Jose Perez is the officer. The case numbers are CEOSV 2019-00017, CEPFY 2019-00070, and CEWWC 2019-00012.
Wisnell Duflorent. And the Martins Saint Amin.
Martin Saint-Aimé, 12045 Northwest Miami Court.
Yeah, see, that's how you say that. Have you been made aware of the violation?
Yes.
And are there any objections to the violation?
No, however, I do need clarification on one of the violation for the blue top. Or maybe I should just clarify. I was just rewarded for the city to do my roof. I have the blue top on it, but you mentioned that that needed to be safely attached. I don't know if there was some area that you felt that was not attached correctly. Maybe you can point them to my direction. I can have it corrected until they begin the work.
So the city, in a sense, wanted just clarification that an effort was being made to repair the roof. In essence, the blue tarp can't be there as a long-term solution. So if you have made arrangements and are going to get it repaired, that's what the city is just looking for. We're
Okay.
just looking for the arrangements for the roof to be repaired.
Also, I would like to suggest that the city do have court enforcement, verifying this information. At least these are grants that are being granted by the city, and I'm being cited, and to come here for information that should be available. That was recently the blue top was recently put up, and also the reward was done maybe about 3 months prior to that, and because the contractor himself has been sick and been delaying the process, so and we're coming into rainy season, so that's how come I took the initiative of having it done.
Yeah, so if you could
Oftentimes
submit,
you'll find in government that the left hand does not know what the right hand is doing. So it is a, unfortunately, it is a usual occurrence.
The
for
other
government.
violation I have for the vehicle, I just need some time for the person to have it, to find a suitable or safe environment.
And that's all I need from you right now is to know how much time do you need to correct all your violations.
I would say 30 days.
I would say probably 60 or more, but
for the roof one, we could
For the
extend
roof.
it. But for the oversized vehicle, 30 days was suitable for the oversized vehicle, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, so 30 days for the oversized vehicle and the parking in the front lawn, which is the same vehicle. And then for the weather type conditions, I guess we could grant 90 days or 120 days, and we could recoup there whenever the roof gets repaired, I guess.
all right. So as to all violations, a finding that a violation does exist is cited. As to case number CEOSV 2019-00017, I give an abatement date of May 8th. Not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated. Case number CEPFY 2019-00070, I give an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated. In case number CEWWC 2019-00012, I give an abatement date of July 10th. If not abated by July 10th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
The next case is item number 3, 14245 Northeast 8 LLC. John Dorville is the officer. The case number CEIVY 2018-00460. Item number 3. I think she left.
1424 Northeast 8th LLC.
John Doral, City North Miami Code Compliance Office. This case is complied.
Case dismissed.
The next item on the agenda is item 24, Carmen Pie. Wayne Clark is the officer. The case number CEFAW 2019-00015, item 24.
Good afternoon. State your name and address for the record.
My name is Carmen Pie.
You need a translation?
¿Eh?
You need a translator? You want to speak in Espanol?
Español.
Hold on, he gonna
Okay.
assist you. You see a little bit? Did he say a little bit? You see a little bit? That's what he said, keep it.
¿Cómo está? Mi nombre es Carmen
State your
Pie.
name and address for the record.
Carmen Pie.
Carmen.
Carmen Pie.
Carmen Pies, su dirección
12600
12600
Northwest
Northwest
15 Avenida,
5th Avenue,
Miami, Florida
Miami, Florida.
33167.
33167.
All right. You have been given a citation for a violation of the city code.
Le han dado una citación por violar el código de la ciudad.
Do you understand this?
¿Entiende eso?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. And do you object to this citation?
¿Usted no está de acuerdo con esta citación?
Con recuerdo a la cosa de la pintura.
You're referring to the paint, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Sí.
Sí, estoy de acuerdo, ya yo lo hice.
I agree, but I've done it already.
Okay.
Wayne Clark, City North Miami Code Compliance. My final reinspection of March 27th. What was everyone's final check for this hearing? At that time, when I went there, which was last Wednesday, it was not in compliance. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's not in compliance because it was there after. And the city's looking to recover costs on,
I find out a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated. And it appears that based upon the testimony, upon your reinspection.
March 27th was our final reinspection date. All officers were given.
You have an inspection date now by May 8th.
Your Honor, she's
So-
adding that she's done it.
And at least
she
she, if if that was the case, she could have called or anything like that, but I didn't receive a call, nothing. And I always asked him to at least give us a courtesy
know.
call, and half of these folks
But
probably
she has
wouldn't
until
even be
May
here.
8th to abate.
I'm going to submit the pictures for the record showing the defendant first.
Voy a mostrar en las fotos, dice que... Estas son fotos de su casa. Yes. En algunas partes la cerca todavía luce así como está.
No, no lo hice
No.
completo.
Yeah, I think you guys are somewhat confused. Listen, I think you guys are somewhat confused.
Excuse me?
I think you guys are somewhat confused.
You
on
guys-
initial hearings, as you guys know, I issue an abatement date. This whole thing about whether they did it by a certain date or not is my abatement date. If they didn't do it by my
This is
abatement
new.
date,
This is new.
right? Listen, if they didn't do it by my abatement date, and I've set a running fine for items to be done by the abatement date, and they don't meet the abatement date, then you get to collect.
Okay, well, I don't know when you collect, but all I know is that I am
You gave her a
assigned-
citation. You gave her an amount of time to do it.
Right.
She didn't do it in that time.
Right.
You set it for a hearing. I'm adjudicating her. I find
Right.
that the violation does exist as cited. I'm giving her till May 8th to
Right.
do it, or have to pay $250
Oh, okay,
per day
okay,
until
you-
abated.
Okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. You giving her more time, even though she says it's done, and in between that time,
Well,
I can
I'm
do another
adjudicating
inspection.
it. I'm saying that you issued the citation properly.
Notice of
That was-
violation. I'm sorry to correct you.
That you issued the notice of violation properly.
Mhm.
So you didn't give her a citation?
I gave him a notice of violation, not both. So she actually, to tell it correctly, we'll go straight to, okay, we're dealing with it. She was issued the notice of violation on January 25th. So you say,
Are you guys giving just
February.
notices, or are you guys giving citations?
it all depends upon the violation.
Okay.
You know. But what it is, I think
So-
is it both here? The
Usually we have the ticket appeal with the cases,
Right, that's
but
maybe
today
what you're
there's
thinking
only,
about.
there are only cases being heard, no tickets.
Right.
All right, so the tickets are. So you're saying citation. When I say citations, y'all think I'm talking about the ticket.
Correct.
Same
Okay.
thing.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Got you. All right.
Yeah. You was kind of confused with me. I
Yeah.
must have missed a step in this thing. But anyway, she was cited on January 25th. So we got February, March. That's 60 days to pay an offense plus, whatever you're saying right now, as far as time. So she had plenty of time.
She
And I've
said it's
talked to
done.
her.
She said it's done.
Okay. Well, that's
So-
what she said. But my inspection now, if you say go out and check it again, then it is what it is.
Okay.
I'm not saying that she didn't do it, but the reason that we're doing this is because we can't keep going back and forth, like I said last year, back and forth.
But
checking.
But that's how the process
When they're
works.
supposed to call us.
The way the process works is that you issue a notice of violation.
Right.
You give them a deadline.
Right.
If they don't comply with the deadline, then you set it for a hearing.
Right.
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 Is that how everybody understands it?
That part,
Right?
yeah.
All right. When they come before me, I now have to determine whether you properly gave that notice.
Oh yeah. Well, I got 60 days here.
So I determine whether she actually committed the violation. So when I determine that she's actually committed the violation, then I give her a time period by which she is to correct that violation.
Right.
If she doesn't correct it by that time, then she owes.
Okay, I understand. You didn't adjudicate it as guilty. In other words, you're
Right.
giving her a little more time.
No, I'm adjudicating it now. I'm finding that a violation does exist.
Okay.
And then you have until May 8th to correct it.
Right.
If you don't correct it by May 8th, then we will be charging you $250 per day until you correct it. But
he's
just
confident?
a heads up, she's saying that she's already
Yeah,
corrected.
yeah, of course. Well, that's what the last lady said, but
Right.
it wasn't done. But I get you. Okay, I get you.
All right.
I have a video here with me.
Don't worry about it. I'll be out there today if I can get out there as soon as possible and check it out. Thanks for clarifying that for me. And we kind of helped each other out.
Yeah.
You know, because some of the ticket appeals are intertwined with the cases now.
Yeah.
All right.
The next item on the agenda is 121, Tenelis Felix. John Dorville is the officer. The case number is CEPFY 2019-00065, item 121.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Tenelis Felix. I'm living 140 and 11 Avenue, 141 11 Avenue.
Have you been made aware of the violation at 1138 Northeast 141st Street?
I don't really know what the case is. So I'm just coming there to find out.
Okay, Mr. Dorville.
Good afternoon. This is a case for PFY parking on the front lawn. Quite simply, that's pretty much it. It's been cited. It was posted on 3/13/19. I have a picture from 3/13/19 with the same blue Toyota on the front lawn. I'll show it to the resident.
I was spoke to you. I already moved this car, parked it on outside. So I don't park there no more because it was an emergency. I was park my car for certain time. It's not I like park because I clean my yard all the time. So
Okay, I find that a violation did exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
I'm already moved it, Honor. The car already moved. I'm just parking in front the way you asked me to move. So.
Just in terms of, for the record, I want to make sure that if we can have in terms of interpreter, have him clearly understand that he cannot park the vehicle there at any time, and that he's been adjudicated.
I don't really need any
the clarity. I just want to make
really
clarity.
Understand what you say on it, and I'm understanding what it's. I don't park there anymore.
All right,
so
great.
I don't think I need it.
All right.
And it's clear for me. I don't know if it's not clear for him. For me, it's clear. I don't park there no more.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you very much. Beautiful day.
I don't know who this gentleman is. I don't have him signed.
Did you sign in? You got to sign in. That's why we probably didn't call you.
What's the name on his notice? Nationwide. This is Nationwide Investment Firm. That case is closed. Oh, there's two more cases for that property. Okay, item number 91 and 92, Nationwide Investment Firm Corp. John Dorville is the officer. CEIVY 2019-00024 and CENBR 2019-00021.
Go ahead and state your name and address for the record, please.
Yeah, my name is Eli Charles. My address is 135 Northeast 42nd Street.
And what's your relationship to Nation Investment Firm?
I don't understand. Can you repeat that for me? Because l'été fini la caille.
They came to my house.
Il dit comme ça qu'il a fait un bagage pour moi.
He told me he can do something for me.
Après ça, il fait madame moi pour un paquet de monsieur dans papier caille moi. Après ça, il vient
Then
caille là sur moi.
he had my wife sign a whole bunch of papers and a bunch of things that they did on me, and then they came and took the house away from me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, but we can't hear you if you're not the record owner of the property.
We really deal with the court. We really get lawyer. We really did that with the court. We win this house. We win the process.
You said you won it?
Yeah.
We are in the proceedings or hearings.
Okay. Unfortunately, right now they're the record title owner of the property. All right. Thank you for coming anyway, though. Just so you know what the violations were.
But they are no longer at the house. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Just so you know what the violations were. There was a black Montero that was being parked on the property that's inoperable. That vehicle cannot be there.
I removed it.
And you need to put the address numbers on the house so that you can see them.
It has numbers, they're just too small.
Yeah, so you have to make them so that we can see them.
The house numbers need to be painted. They're,
And they need
they're
to be
large enough,
painted.
they just need to be painted. They're not painted.
I have painted them, they're just small.
All right, thank you.
What are we doing with these cases?
We're gonna adjudicate, no, we're gonna adjudicate them with the,
May
yeah, we're gonna adjudicate them with the people who don't come. We're gonna
Okay.
adjudicate it then. Unless you wanna call it, John, you wanna call them now? You wanna call that case now?
Yeah, we might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no one here on behalf of these properties. Inspector?
John Dorval City, North Miami Code Compliance. This property was posted on 3/13/19 at 12:20 p.m. It's in reference to a IVY, which is an inoperable vehicle on property, and it's not in compliance.
You had two.
And the second one was CE, I believe it's NBR.
Correct.
Just give me 1 second, please. CE NBR for the same property. Property was posted on the same day, 3/13/19 at 12:20 for numbers on the property not being visible from the right-of-way.
All right. Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding the violation does exist is cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th and not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day per citation or per notice until abated.
I'm gonna call the last case again, even though the property owner's not here. Item 105, PYRIG. Vanessa Willis is the officer. The permit address is 1475 Northeast 125th Terrace, and the case number is MHVI 02019-00028. Item 105.
Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. There are two cases, MHVIO 2019-00028. Please repair all leaks in the bathroom fixtures. Tub, toilet, and/or sink are leaking into unit below 406A. Please have a licensed plumber address the leaks and call for a reinspection. The next violation, MHVIO 2019-00029. Please repair all leaks in the bathroom, fixtures, tub, toilet. We did them in two different sequences so that both of the nature of the violation would be covered. The property was posted on March 12, 2019. I have the photo of the posting in the file. We also sent the notice certified mail and posted at City Hall as well. I do have an email from the condo president, Nelson Barado, who was attesting that there is a leak, because I was unable to get inside the unit, so I had to email and find out exactly what was going on. The condo president let me know that indeed there was a leak, but he himself was unable to get in touch with the owner of that particular unit. The people that are here.
So have they determined where the leak is coming from?
According to the plumber's report, let me read to you. Yes is the answer to your question.
And it's the unit owner's issue and it's not a common area issue?
It's not according to this particular plumber, he's saying no, it's not a common area issue. It's not a, responsibility of the condo itself.
All right. And the condo owner has not appeared today, so
No.
find that upon hearing the evidence and find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th, not abated by May 8th, and it's $250 per day per citation until abated.
Special Magistrate, I would ask, if possible, I know she has photos that she wants to see, simply because there's mold in the unit. I'm asking that the fine be a little bit more stringent, if we may increase the amount of that.
It's the first time it's called up.
Say it again?
It's the first time it's being called up.
Sorry, my name is Soledad Muñoz. I had this paper. It said that this problem is coming from May 18, the last year. So it's a long time ago.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm sorry. I'm very upset. I had 2 children, and we cannot take a shower on this apartment. So I think somebody needs to help me because it's long time, and his father, he's on the hospital right now. He has 4 months on the hospital.
Are you renting the unit that you are in, or you're the
Let
owners?
her know she have to speak in the mic. Because it's being recorded, so we can't hear.
Come on, look.
So much I can.
Yeah. It's
Okay. I had a letter for the hospital. He is 4 months in the hospital. I had 2 children, and nobody's helped me. And he has a stroke. He's paralyzed half, and on the hospital, they waiting that we fix the bathroom, everything that he can come to the house, and nobody's helped me. So I don't know what.
All I can do is cite them. That's all I can do. All I can do is issue a fine. I can't force them to do anything other than that.
Could you do a subpoena or no?
You have to go to actual judicial court for that. You know, downtown. You have to go to downtown for that.
So like.
You have to sue them. You have to sue them for what's called an injunction. Okay, so you may want to contact an attorney with regards to that. You need to sue them for an injunction. All right. Thank you. The 8th of May.
So on the 8th, we need to make a
Interpreters, thank you for your services. With the vents?
Yeah, the one that we were just talking about, that was explaining, like, she fixed it, she had pictures. Why did we reset that instead of dismissing?
That's because Wayne wanted to go out there.
See, they complain, they want to get paid. I've gotten complaints from citizens saying
Believe me, North Miami ain't using it as a hammer to get money. I sit in cities that use it as a hammer to get money. Oh, wait a minute.
The next items on the agenda.
I gotta go use the potty.
Okay. We're going to take a 5-minute recess. The next items on the agenda are item 4 through 7. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. The property is 14295 RC Properties LLC, case number CEGMP 2018-00320, CEGMS 2018-00054, CEPKL 2018-00001, and CEZCU 2018-00005.
Carl Jean Louise.
Good afternoon, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited back in September for general maintenance of property to pressure clean and paint.
Is there abatement?
No, last time we were here, you tabled it because the property owner.
No, I adjudicated it. This is number 7, right?
4 through 7.
Yeah, I adjudicated those. Yep, I gave until February 13th.
Okay. Well, the violations still remain as of the last time that I was at the property on the 12th of March and also the 27th.
All right.
There's been no
Let the
change.
fines go forward.
Next item is number 9, Ernst
And technically,
Baptiste.
the fines go forward from February 13th.
Correct. Ernst Baptiste is the officer. 859-889 Northeast 125 Street LLC, case number SDNOV 2019-00012. Item number 9.
There's no one here on behalf of this property, Inspector.
No, no one here. Property was posted on March 11, 2019. It's for the dumpster enclosure that is missing at the property. Took picture, and there's no permit pulled for the dumpster enclosure. There's no enclosure around the dumpster.
All right. Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding a violation does exist is cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th and not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is item number 10. Gary Beswick is the officer. AHDS Ocean King LLC, case number RCCOR 2018-00039.
Which number again?
Item number 10.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami Building Department. Property was cited to failure to obtain an approved reoccupancy certificate from the City of North Miami. As of today, there is no approved reoccupancy certificate that has been obtained. Property was posted for notice to appear on Wednesday, March 13, 2019 at 2:07 p.m. Took picture of the posting, affidavit of service is on file.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding a violation does exist is cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
The next item is item 11. Shanna Sanders is the officer. Alfred S. Golden, case number CERCV 2018-00227, item 11.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer. As of last Wednesday, March 27th, no compliance has been made. I am showing that proper service was given. The property was posted on March 11th, 2019 at 11:45 a.m.
And what was the nature of the violation?
It was for a recreational vehicle that was parked at the property without first obtaining a variance.
All right. Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding a violation does exist is cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is item 12. John Dorville is the officer. Alma and Vista Trust LLC, case number CEFAW 2019-00012, item number 12.
Good afternoon, John Dorville, City North Miami Co-Compliance Office.
There's no one here on behalf of the property.
This property was cited for a damaged fence. I have pictures in the file. I posted the property on 3/13/19 at 12:02 p.m. and it's currently still not repaired.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding a violation does exist is cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is item 17. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. Bertildes Cassius, case number CEGMS 2019-00001, item 17.
And there's no one here on behalf of this property.
Good afternoon, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited to repair or replace the torn awning cover or to take down the carport altogether. The property was posted on March 12, 2019 at 3:36 p.m. As of the final reinspection date on the 27th, there has been no change.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find out a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item, number 19, John Dorville is the officer. Case name is BP Loans LLC. Case number CESOD 2019-00004, item 19.
Good afternoon, John Dorville, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer.
There's no one here on behalf of the property.
This property was cited for sod on the property. The property has no sod, no grass on the front lawn. This property was posted on 3/13/19 at 11:56 a.m. To this date, the sod has not been replaced.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find out a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next case is item number 20. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. Customer name is Cano. Case number CEODS 2019-00003, item number 20.
There's no one here on behalf of this property.
Good afternoon, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited for outdoor storage back on January 15, 2019. The property was posted on March 12, 2019 at 3:51 p.m. As of the final reinspection date of March 27, 2019, there's been no change.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find out a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th. Not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next case is item 21. Jose Perez is the officer for Carlos, Ramos, and Anna. Case number CEFAW 2018-00327, item 21.
There's no one here on behalf of this property. Is there compliance?
No.
Let the fines go forward.
Next two items on the agenda, 22 and 23 for Carlson Daniel. John Dorville is the officer. Case number CEFAW 2019-00025 and CEZPU 2019-00011.
There's no one here on behalf of this property, and I'll take testimony on both citations at once.
Good afternoon, John Dorville, City of North Miami Code Compliance Office. CEFAW 2019-00025 is for a broken fence on property. This property was posted on 3/15/19 at 9:07 a.m. To date, has not been repaired. CEZPU 2019-00011. This property was cited for tenant is having various cars for sale in the swale as well as in the property. I have pictures in the file of the swale with cars in it, as well as the actual property having cars with requiring repair, and obviously evidence of a sale as well. This violation was posted on the same day and time of the previous one.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find out a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th, not abated by May 8th. Then it's $250 per day per citation until abated.
Next item is item 38. Jose Perez is the officer. Daziel Nemes is the customer, and the case number CEIVY 2019-00036, item 38.
There's no one here on behalf of this property.
I'm sorry, what was the name?
Daziel Nemes, Dazelle, 545 Northwest 133 Street.
That file was not with me. Let's table this.
All right, May 15th.
Next case is number 42, DMRW LLC. John Dorville is the officer. Case number CEFAW 2019-00024.
Good afternoon, Co-Compliance Officer John Dorwell, City of North Miami.
There's no one here on behalf of the property.
This property was cited for a damaged wood fence on the outside perimeter of the property on 6th Avenue. To date, it has not been repaired. It was posted 3/14/19 at 10:17 a.m.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th, and not abated by May 8th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
The next case is item 43, Karen Jean Lewis, DeVerney Sansarin. Case number CEIVY 2018-00401, item 43.
There's no one here on behalf of the property. Is there compliance?
No compliance.
Let the fines go forward.
The next three items are 46 through 48, Emil Olbas. Jose Perez is the officer. Case number CEGMP 2019-00034, CEGMP 2019-00035, and CEODS 2019-00021.
There's no one here on behalf of this property. Inspector.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 140 Northeast 129th Street. In reference to outdoor storage, the general maintenance of the property being the exterior of the property, and general maintenance of the property being the fascia boards of the property. The property was posted on March 14th, 2019. Certified mail was sent out, and compliance has not been made as of March 27th.
All right. Having heard the testimonies, is that on all? You finished on all of them?
All three, yes.
All right. Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th, not abated by May 8th, and it's $250 per day per case until abated.
Next item is 52, Finette Osana. John Dorville is the officer. Case number CETMK 2019-00006, item 52.
Good afternoon, Co-Compliance Officer John Dorwell, City of North Miami Co-Compliance Office.
There's no one here on behalf of the property.
This property was cited for having markers, i.e. rocks in the swale. This property was posted 3/13/19 at 9:39 a.m. Till date, those rocks have not been removed from the swale.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th, not abated by May 8th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is 53, Wayne Clark is the officer. Ferdinand Auguste. Case number CEEXP 2018-00285, item 53.
What do you say, Ferdinand?
Ferdinand Augusta, 1220 Northwest 120 Street.
1220 Northwest 120 Street. Ferdinand, give me a second. Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. The property was posted on March 11, 2019, 9:55 a.m. with proper notification of this hearing. The property was in violation of the exterior paint conditions. Today I had no call from the owner of the property, and the property still as stands. No compliance.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th, if not abated by May 8th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is item 54, FJ&M Holdings. Ernst Baptiste is the officer. Case number CEJNK 2019-00016, item 54.
There's no one here on behalf of the properties, Inspector.
Ernst Baptiste, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This case, I'm tabling it because the new owner didn't get service.
All right, May 15th.
Yes.
Next item is item 60, Harry Allen Rackard. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. Case number CEPFY 2019-00022, item 60.
Good afternoon, Code Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited on January 9th, 2019 for parking on the front lawn. The property was posted March 12, 2019 at 10:03 a.m. As of the final reinspection date on the 27th, the violation remains. No contact from the property owner.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
We're going to return back to item number 38, Daziel Nims. Officer Jose Perez has found the file, case number CEIVY 2019-00036, item 38.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 545 Northwest 133rd Street. The property was posted on March 14th, 2019 at 4:18 p.m. This is in reference to an abandoned vehicle that's being stored in front of the property, specifically a red Volkswagen. As of March 27th, compliance has not been made.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
The next two items are 62 and 63, Hossam Wazari. John Dorville is the officer. The case number is CEODS 2019-00011 and CEPFY 2019-00052. Items 62 and 63.
Good afternoon, North Miami Code Compliance Officer John Dorville, City of North Miami.
There's no one here on behalf of this property.
CEODS 2019-00011 is in reference to outside storage that was on the front porch. Pictures in the file. The property was posted 3/13/19 at 9:59 a.m. To date, no. It's obviously the items are still being stored on the front porch. In addition, CEPFY 2019-00052 was posted 3/13/19 at 9:59 a.m. This is in reference to parking in the front lawn. To the date, the vehicle is still parked in front lawn.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day per case until abated.
Next item is 64, Howell Enterprises. Ernest Baptiste is the officer. Case number CEFAW 2019-00023, item 64.
Ernst Baptiste,
There's no one here on behalf of the property.
City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. Case that was open for the fence that needed to be repaired. Property was posted on March 11, 2019. Took picture of the property and the fence still damaged.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th and not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is 65, Jean-Claude Sinias. Ernest Baptiste is the officer. Case number CEWWC 2018-00123, item 65.
There's no one here on behalf of this property.
Ernst Baptiste, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. No one here. Property was posted on March 11, 2019. Took picture, blue top still on the roof.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to, this is previously adjudicated. Let the fines go forward.
The next item are 67, 68, 70, and 72. Jose Perez is the officer. Jarrell Andre. Case number CEFAW 2019-00011, CEGMP 2019-00010, CEIVY 2019-00023, and CEWWC 2019-00002.
There's no one here on behalf of this property, Inspector.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 50 Northwest 124th Street. This is in reference to a derelict vehicle that's being stored in front of 50 Northwest 124th Street. The other two violations are in regards to the property located at 65 Northwest 124th Street in reference to a broken window in front of the property and discolored and rusted bars in front of the property and the fence of the property that need to be painted. The property was posted on March 14, 2019, and as of my reinspection date on March 27, 2019, they had not complied.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owners failed to appear. Having heard property owners failing to appear, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th, if not abated by May 8th, and insurance of $50 per day until abated, per citation or per case.
The next item is 73. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer for George Garces, CEODS 2019-00025, item 73.
City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. The case is complied.
Case dismissed.
Next item is 76. Jose Perez for Larry Jean, case number CEGMP 2019-00009, item 76.
There's no one here on behalf of the property.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 155 Northwest 127th Street. The property was posted on March 14, 2019. It was also sent certified mail. Reference to general maintenance of property. In front of the property, there's a fence that needs to be painted. As of March 27, 2019, the fence has not been painted.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th and not abated by May 8th, and insurance of $50 per day until abated.
The next two items, 77 and 78, Lee A. and Angel. Vanessa Willis is the officer, case number CEGMP 2018-00378 and CEGMP 2018-00382.
Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This property, I think, previously adjudicated.
Yeah, 77 and 78 were
yes.
previously adjudicated.
Yes. Property.
Is there compliance?
No, there is no compliance.
Let the fines go forward.
Thank you.
Next item is item 79, Larong Zhang. Jose Perez is the officer, case number CEFOB 2019-00002, item 79.
There's no one here on behalf of the property.
Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 15 Northwest 127th Street. The property was posted on March 14, 2019. Also sent certified mail. This is in reference to failure to obtain a business tax receipt. The property was being rented out as, well, not the property, the mobile home that was being stored in the rear of the property was being rented out as a short-term rental. So I'm not sure if we were trying to seek the maximum penalty for this. Let me advise with city attorney.
Oops, I forgot we live. Forgot tape. What's the maximum penalty for this? What's the maximum for this? Is this $1,000? Is this $1,000 one for?
That is the maximum, but we're actually going to just seek an adjudication and the regular fine amount.
All right. Find out a violation did exist as cited, issue an abatement date of May 8th and not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is item 82, Malachi Condominium. John Dorville is the officer, case number MHVIO 2019-00052, item 82.
There's no one here on behalf of this property.
Good afternoon, John Dorville, City of North Miami Code Compliance Office. This property was cited for a leaking plumbing pipe in the garage. Property was posted on 3/15/19 at 8:50 a.m. To date, the plumbing garage pipe has not been repaired.
All right. Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice of finding the violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is item 86, Marvial LLC. John Dorville is the officer. The case number is MHVIO 2019-00066. Item 86.
There's no one here on behalf of this property.
John Dorville, City of North Miami Code Compliance Office. This property was cited for having a damaged glass on the outside of a rental unit or condo unit. It was posted on 3/14/19 at 11:23 a.m. To date, the glass has not been repaired.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, found that the violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th and not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
The next two items, 87 and 88, MB and CS Investors. Gary Beswick is the officer. Case number MHVIO 2019-00046 and RCCOR 2019-00015.
Good afternoon, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami. The property was cited for failure to obtain an approved reoccupancy certificate before the property's title is being transferred, and also for failure to obtain the required permits for alteration and renovation in progress without required permits. The property was cited first on February 12, 2019. As of today, there is no permit being obtained, or the approved reoccupancy certificate is not being obtained. Posted property on Wednesday, March 13, 2019 at 12:42 p.m. Took picture of the posting. Affidavit of service is on file.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, found that the violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day per notification.
The next three items, 96, 97, and 98, Norlier Guillaume. Jose Perez is the officer. Case number CEIVY 2019-00025, CEODS 2019-00009, and CEZPU 2019-00007.
These are all complied.
Case is dismissed.
The next item is 99, Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. Norman Washington, CEBCR 2019-00001.
There's no one here on behalf of this property.
Good afternoon, Code Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited January 8, 2019 to apply and obtain a variance in order to store the boat on the property. The property was posted on March 12, 2019 at 1 p.m. As of the final reinspection date on the 27th of March, there's been no change. The boat remains and there's no variance on file.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, found that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is item 100, Omega Investors. Vanessa Willis is the officer. Case number CEGMP 2019-00022, item 100.
No one here on behalf of this property.
Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This property was cited to remove all trash, broken bottles, junk, and debris. They have not done so at this time. They're not in compliance. Property was posted, also sent certified mail.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, found that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
Next item is 102, Prestige Cornerstone. John Dorville is the officer. Case MHVIO 2019-00051, item 102.
I'm getting the butter from the duck today, bro. There's no one here on behalf of the property.
Good afternoon, John Dorville, City of North Miami Code Compliance Office. This property was given notice for a damaged dumpster. It was posted 3/14/19 at 10:06 a.m. To date, the dumpster has not been repaired.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding a violation does appear as cited, issuing an abatement date of May 8th, not abated by May 8th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is 103, Prestige Estates Property. John Dorville is the officer. The case MHVIO 2019-00049, item 103.
Good afternoon, John Dorville, City of North Miami Code Compliance Office. This property was cited for having a damaged dumpster enclosure. It was posted on 3/15/19 and 9:39 a.m. To date, the dumpster closure has not been repaired.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding a violation does exist as cited, issuing an abatement date of May 8th, if not abated by May 8th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
Item 104, Percipium Investments. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer. Case number CEPFY 2019-00038, item 104.
Good afternoon, Code Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. This property was cited on January 22nd, 2019 for parking on the front lawn. Property was posted March 12, 2019 at 2:49 p.m. As of the final reinspection date of March 27, 2019, there's been no change.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding a violation does exist as cited, issuing an abatement date of May 8th, if not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is 107, Quantrum Consultants. Wayne Clark is the officer. The case number CEFAW 2019-00032, item 107.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This case was in reference to a fence, a block wall, a CBS block wall, and unsightly appearance. It was posted on February 11, 2019, 2:35 p.m. No response from the owner of the property, still not in compliance.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding a violation does exist as cited, issuing an abatement date of May 8th, if not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is 109, Shanna Sanders is the officer. Richard Thompson is the customer. Case number CERCV 2018-00196, item 109.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a new case for Mr. Richard Thompson, property address 2050 South Hibiscus Drive, for a recreational vehicle, more so a boat, that's parked at the property without first obtaining an administrative variance. I have spoke with the property owner several times. As of last week, the 27th, the boat still remains and no administrative variance has been submitted to the city or obtained from the city at this time. I am showing that proper service was given. I posted a notice to appear at the property on March 15th, 2019 at 11:45 a.m.
Having heard the testimony and the evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding a violation does exist as cited, issuing an abatement date of May 8th, if not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next item is 110, Robert Pineda. Wayne Clark is the officer. Case number CEGMP 2018-00398, item 110.
There's no one here on behalf of this property. Is there compliance?
No compliance.
Let the fines go forward.
Item 113, Salem House Holdings. Ernest Baptiste is the officer. Case CEMHE 2019-00001, item 113.
It's Baptiste, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. Case was open for rodent and cockroach infestation, and did my posting on March 11, but I wasn't able to go inside to take picture. The complainant reached out to her, didn't call back, so I want to table it.
Table it?
Yes.
All right. May 15th.
Next item is 114, Sanook Torikit. Wayne Clark is the officer, case number CENUS 2019-00178, item 114.
That one was canceled because it's overgrown.
Next item on the agenda is 118, Shanna Sanders is the officer, case number CEGMP 2018-00375, Somay Farias, item 118.
This one was previously adjudicated. Is there any compliance?
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer. To answer your question, no compliance has not been met. This is as you already stated, a reports of previous compliance for 13080 Coronado Terrace for the side door that's in disrepair, chipped paint, that needed to be repaired and or replaced. I am showing proper service was given. Property was posted on March 14, 2019 at 3:38 p.m. And again, no compliance has been met as of last Wednesday, March 27th, when I did the reinspection. I have pictures if you would like to see.
No, let the fines go forward.
Item number 119, St. John Wood. John Dorville is the officer, case number CESOD 2019-00007, item 119.
John Dorville, City of North Miami Code Compliance Office.
There's no one here on behalf of the property.
This property was cited for having sod being damaged from a car parking on the front lawn. It was posted on 3/13/19 at 12:07 p.m. To date, the sod has not been replaced on the property.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of May 8th. If not abated by May 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
The next item is 120 Taft Realty Group. Ernst Baptiste is the officer, case SDNOV 2019-00014, item 120.
Ernst Baptiste, City of Miami Code Enforcement Officer. It's the case that was opened for the dumpster that needed to be enclosed. Spoke to the tenant, requested more time. I'm giving him 1 month.
You're going to give him 1 month? Okay, May 8th, May 15th?
Yes.
All right.
The last item on the agenda, 129, Vincent McKinney. Vanessa Willis is the officer, case number CEFAW 2018-00326.
Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer. This property was posted on March 13, 2019 at 2:07 p.m. To date, they are not in compliance. I know that you previously adjudicated on this case, but they are not in compliance.
All right. Let the fines go forward.
Thank you.
And that concludes the agenda for today.
There's no other matters to come before the special magistrate. Hearings are hereby adjourned.